Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Random show settings. Can you hear me? Can you see me? We are back once again. Can you hear me? Random show settings. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Mic. Can you hear me? Me. Wagwan. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Can you hear my voice? Am I loud and clear? Am I crispy enough for ya? Sorry for the lateness, sorry for the delay, but we are here, we are queer, and we're ready to fucking stream. Let's go. Can you hear me? Mic check 1 2. Random show settings. Wagwan people, apologies for the delay. Really sorry for the delay, but we're here, ready to rock, ready to roll. Let's fucking go. Got a new little trim going on. I'm seeing my side profiles going down a bit. I've got less burgers in the back, so yeah, it's working, right? The weights and stuff is working. I'm seeing myself through the fucking reflection. My leg looks less big. My back is unbig in itself. Let's fucking go. Smash it. Smash the like button for the unbigging of the back. The back is getting unbigged. Like to see it. Wagwan to all my people out there eating burgers. Got the burgers on the neck. Let's fucking go. Wash my hair today so I feel fucking good and fresh. Gym session later on. Ready to fucking roll. Let's go. Gonna fucking wash my bathroom later, which I fucking love. Gonna scrub the bathroom later, put on a podcast, got on my rubber gloves, and scrape, scratch all the tiles and stuff, and make it all nice and shiny. You know how it is. Big plans today. What are your plans? Huh? What are your plans? Big up everybody in the stream chat right now. Big up Lisha Emmanuel. Big up Addy Z. Big up RR Skins. Grown Baby Golf. Big up Boudizi, Assad Aziz, Saqib Abdullah, big up Saqib Abdullah, Crambo, Wagwan my guy, Mr. Bob, Wagwan GG. We're here. We're queer, honestly. By the end of April, you're gonna see a fucking mad transformation things. You feel me? We're gonna be out here. We're gonna get fit. We're gonna get strong just so we can pod. I'm not getting fit for anything else. I'm not getting fit and strong to run marathons or do Ironmans or fucking take part in jiu-jitsu fights or start boxing. Fuck all that shit. I'm getting strong. I'm getting fit so I can stream longer. That's it. I'm getting fitter so I can sit in this seat for far longer. You get me? And hang out with you guys. That's the main point. We're not doing it for any other thing. We're not doing it for the bitches. We're not doing it for the ladies. We're not doing it for the whammons. We're doing it for the fellas. You get me? We're doing it for the fellas. Big up the fellas out here. You get me? I got you. Big up the fellas. No pause. Big up the fellas. Let's go. Boys being boys. Big up Abra and Preach. Boys being boys. Exactly, Crambo. We don't close. No, we don't close. We don't fucking close. Big up everybody in the stream chat. I appreciate all of you for joining me right now. I'm going to actually, that's what I should do. I want to start off the show by reacting to this new AMICO thing, because I haven't watched it just yet. So I want to react to this new AMICO thing. Big up my nigga AMICO. One of the best, if not the best, rapper out here in this fucking content space. He does the damn thing. So I want to see Wagwan for my guy AMICO. He got some new thing out, which I think is a Bert Kreischer diss. Maybe it's a misdirection. Maybe it's a Bert Kreischer big up. I'm not too sure. But let's see Wagwan. Let's see Wagwan for AMICO. Big up everybody in the stream chat that's tuning in. I appreciate you. If you just joined the show, you know what to do. Smash the like button, get involved, all of that good stuff will be much appreciated. For those of you who are joining the place recently or new and don't know Wagwan, I'm streaming for the majority of the week, basically 5 days per week on the random show right here. For the 5 days per week that I'm streaming, maybe sometimes more, I'm trying to get to 1,000 members by the end of the year. So if you want to join and become a member on this channel, all you got to do is click the link down below. There's a link to join in. There's a link to opt in for gifted memberships. And if you end up joining, you too could get featured on this nice little section I got here on the Random Show channel. A nice little section right there that highlights some of the people that decided to join me on this lovely fucking journey. And if you do join, I've got memberships from 99 pence, I think, and 4.99. You join, you become a member. You also get access to members-only videos and members-only streams. Members-only streams are already available. You can check those out. The videos are coming, but the tiers are 99p and 4.99. Get involved. Link down below. Link down below. Okay, enough shilling. Let's go. Crack AMICO. Let's go. Let's go, Crack AMICO. Crack AMICO, Mean Machine, Bert's Revenge. Let's see what this nigga's talking about. Okay, let's see what this guy's talking about. Big up Coil in the chat. Big up Coiler. Big up my guy. Big up Abe Martinez. Big up. I'm gonna be devil's advocate.
Shut the fuck up for a second.
Come on, talk to me about me. Let's make it all about Bert.
Hold on, one moment. I want to start beginning. That's a really good intro. Shut the fuck up. That's a really good fucking intro. Let's go. Let's go. Big up Crack AMICO, Mean Machine, Bert's Revenge. Let's go.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate. Shut the fuck up for a second.
Shut the fuck up.
Come on, talk to me about me.
Shut
Let's
the
make it
fuck
all
up.
about Bert.
That's what Bert likes.
Shut the fuck up.
Because if it bothers people, I want to stop.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, it bothers people. But
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, it bothers people.
up.
Oh, it bothers people.
You realize that you don't have the capacity to do it. Is
Shut the fuck up. 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 Shut the fuck up.
You're letting people bully you, and they're trying to change your thing.
Shut fuck up.
Please believe, call me a hate, but I leave the league. Y'all better stop being mean to me. You better bring out the mean machine. Race in my pocket, got them haters jocking. That too lazy popping when Birdie the topic. Now hypocrite homies is piling on top of me. Won't be my friend, I got one single policy. Please don't be mean. 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 You better bring out the mean.
That's so good because all the videos he's using are the videos where you can't not help but be mean against Bert. That fucking breakdancing thing that he was doing, you just want to, you know, for lack of a better term, I'm just speaking figuratively here. I'm not saying I want to do this. Please don't clip me. Please don't demonetize me. But it's, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Mean machine, mean machine, mean machine, mean machine, mean machine. You better bring out the mean machine. Hey, Bert.
Hold on, isn't Mean Machine the name of that UFC fighter that's in prison for trying to kill his girlfriend? Wasn't that Mean Machine? Bloody hell.
Alert, I'm about to take off my shirt. I smoke up out of that bird.
Hey.
I want that bitch and she squirt. I might be retarded and fat and annoying, but baby, I'm making it work. I be wiping my tears from the comments with dollars, but now my boy's making it worse. Ain't no loyalty, now my heart broken. Got that boy in my back from Joe Rogan. Got hit back with the truth, no I'm stupid, at least I can tell when a motherfucker joking. Flexing like 84 Hogan, no factor, I fear you be teaching Tybo and Hoboken. Act like you yoke, but it's me.
Joe Rogan teaching Tybo. He does look like a very intense Tybo instructor, innit? He looks like he's a fucking whiz at Krav Maga, innit? Like, Drogan looks like he's like one of those intense Krav Maga Tybo instructors. I'm actually surprised Joe Rogan never got into all that movement shit with like Ido Portal. He seemed like he'd be into all that woo-woo shit, you know? All the movement stuff, you know, being at one with the body, you know, climbing all over the floor, but he doesn't. But yeah, a Tybo instructor is hilarious.
Wrist and smoke, bitch, I'm leaving your toy body broken. I throw a 325 on that bitch. I take your life in it, bitch. Fuck that jujitsu, I sit on you, sweetie, you 5'6". Not even the size of my shit. Oh, when you're welcome for sober October, that shit would have been boring without me. Say I make everything about me. Guess I'd be cooler if I acted smart and turned into a billionaire mouthpiece. Yo, Tom Segura, listen the fuck up while I'm...
Wow! Crack AMICO's actually trying to defend Bert. This is like in line with what Big J Oxen did, isn't it? Right? Oxen, as Brendan Shaw would say. This is a good pivot. You remember what I said ages ago? Do you remember when I said ages ago that I thought it could be a good idea if I would make content like defending Brendan and stuff and these comedians? I think someone needs to do it, but in a sincere way. Like, mean it. Like, oh my God, they're so smart, they're so intelligent, they're so funny, everything they say is right. Just kind of backing them up, because everyone always says, everyone's trashing them, but it would be nice if somebody decided to do the opposite. So this is quite funny. Because everybody hates Bert, right? I'm sure, for valid reasons. But Crack AMICO's like, nah. You're being mean. Leave him alone. There's nothing wrong with him. He's doing everything right. He did nothing wrong. He did everything correct. Fuck DSP, you know?
I'm talking to ya. Persona non grata, I'm taking the stigmata for the team. Better sing hallelujah, hakatua. Skimming the fans, driving a lamb, now they can't relate. I'm slamming cans, getting hammered with them every day. It's too late for the good grace, they be knowing you fake. Go with a rake, every dollar you can nowhere to wait.
I love the AI images, by the way. The AI images are so good. Yeah, Tom Segura and the watch flex. To be fair, he doesn't. Does Tom Segura still do that show? Do you guys know in the stream chat? Does Tom Segura still do that car show? Do you remember he'd always flex his cars? I'm not too sure. Does he do that still? I'm not too sure if he does. But now because he's in, I guess because he kind of like, you know, he kind of exposed himself and he doesn't want to be seen as rich anymore. He doesn't talk about his money anymore, his wealth. There was that one show where somebody brought it up and he was being very obtuse and not really answering questions. So I guess the only way he really flexes now, like a subtle flex, humble flex, is the big watches. And if you always tell, he's always wearing something very, very nice. But yeah, I don't know if he still does that car show.
For the sake of surviving, fuck crack, amigo, I don't want him on my team. Depressed and obsessive, a freaking man stresses. Despite the transgressions, now we doing the right thing. Now I don't trust crack and
this is quite good.
I never will. Back on point, y'all just not understanding me. When I take my shirt off, I'm just starting a party, not living out sexual fantasies. I'm a hack, but I never shit on a stage. Ain't no pervert.
Hey. I'm a hack, but I've never shit on the stage. I ain't no pervert that's pilling up my balls at like. That is facts, okay? That is facts. In the level of like pieces of shit, the ladder or the podium of pieces of shit, Bert maybe comes third or second. At least he's not first, you know? So if he's not first, he's a good guy. I get it, Crack Amico.
Just pulling my balls out. Bitch, I'm such a good friend when you tried to rape me. I forgave you to keep us from falling out. Ari and Joe are not funny. You stars to make money on both of them. Chose they the throwaways. Just a bomb and boomer and his chronic tumor. Ari Einstein and the Ajola gay. So please don't be me. 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 You better bring out the mean machine. Mean machine. You better bring out the mean machine.
Wow, he's even advertising his fucking dates. He's even advertising his dates. That's so hilarious. Permission to party world tour. Permission to party. You don't need no permission, man. You always fucking partying this fucking grown-up fucking baby. No, adult frat boy. Actually, it's like, what the fuck is this, man? Grandpa frat boy, actually. Grandpa frat boy over here needs permission to party. Yeah, fucking right. But big up Crack Amico promoting BERT'S dates. I love it. Imagine they start chanting it at his shows. Imagine if they start chanting this at his shows. Imagine. Mean machine. Mean machine. Do you think he's going to perform at the tour? Do you think Crack Amico's doing a little bit of a clever play to perform at the tour? And then when he gets on the tour, he just trashes Bert? Or he gets on the tour and collects his money? Which he should do, by the way. The guy's talented enough. He should kind of just, you know, just play the game, man. Play the game, get your money up. I mean, go on tour with these people, get some free drinks, you know, score some fucking multivitamins, you know, hang out with some slaws. Why not? Machine. What's that cartoon that said that? Machines are getting up. Machines. What was that? There was a cartoon that had like an incantation, like a chant. What cartoon was it? Machines win. Machines win. Oh, am I thinking about The Simpsons? Where is that Indian episode where they start doing the "Go no ya see ya"? Am I thinking about that? What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of some cartoon that had the machine thing in it. Anyway, regardless, big up, Blood Clot, Crack Amico. Make sure you give that motherfucker a fucking like. He's one of my favorites. He's out here doing that thing. You know me, I'm not the biggest fan of the whole singy song thing when it comes to this sort of shit, but I like Crack Amico. He does good shit, and he can actually legitimately rap, and the tunes are pretty decent too. So definitely check out Crack Amico. Give that guy a like. Smash some comments on there. Give him some views. He's one of the good ones. He's one of the good ones. Well, one for the stream chatters. What's going on, bro? What are some of you motherfuckers? What some of you niggas? What some of you niggas down there saying? I heard somebody comment about my hair. Leave me alone, all right? I'm having trouble. Keeping my hair in a good state, in a nice state, in a clean state. Having trouble figuring it out, so I decided to put a little middle part in, all right? I decided to do a little middle parting. Leave me alone, all right? I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. Leave me alone. Big up Crambo. In the Tfatk, Brendan says redact like 6 times. It's awkward because it's like he just learned the word because of JFK files, so he keeps saying it. Okay, cool. Can't wait to see that one. Big up Young Old Vibes. Yep, you know how it is. Bone Crushers, you know we're out here. M Honcho in the building. Bar Wagwan Alicio. Wagwan Daniel Clements, I see you. Tony FM. Jack Donny Jr. Wagwan GG. AVH, what's good? Grown Baby Golf, what's good? Mr. Steal Your Girl, what's good? Two Swords, I see you, what's good? Big up everybody in the stream chat right now. You get me? You get me? You get me? How am I sounding? How am I sounding? By the way, I fucked around with the fucking audio settings, right? I fucked around. I've nibbled around. I've tweaked around. I've done some things. I followed some tutorials of how to use OBS correctly. It should be sounding crispy now. Let me know in the stream chat if it's sounding crispy now. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Move on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's party. Let's party. Cool. Next one to go to is this one. Oops, no, we done. Oh yeah, by the way, join, so you can get featured as a member down below there. Join, become a member. Boom, let's go. Bert Kreischer on the JRE. Bert Kreischer on the JRE. This is more of a Rogan thing. Rogan has something very interesting to say about comedians and him being him being friends with unfunny comedians. I find this kind of rich coming from Rogan because he himself is not the most funniest guy in the world. But Rogan has a very interesting perspective when it comes to being friends with people who aren't that funny. Let's press play.
All right. How many shows? I said 6. He goes, perfect. He goes, and then he breaks down. I'm not going to do it because it's Dave's secret. It's Dave's thing. He shared. I don't want to. But he broke down how he does a special. To me and him sitting in a fucking in a barn in the middle of a field in fucking 3 in the morning with IVs in our arms. And I was like, dude, I gave him a hug. I was like, he's the fucking greatest. Him and Cat Williams, 2 of the baddest motherfuckers and the sweetest guys. But I was like, that energy, like I want Chappelle's special to be fucking amazing when it comes out.
Big up Jack Donahue Jr. Thank you for the compliment for this Chris special. Thank you. Big up My Nuts.
Like
it will be.
Yes, Tony FM is right. Join the fucking Discord. Don't be dumb. Don't be stingy. I'm actually going to put the new link in the description and in the chat so you can join the fucking Discord. Don't be stingy. Don't be dumb. Join the fucking Discord. Good community of people over there. Some weirdos, some freaks, some psychos, but that's how it goes when it's talking about Discord. When we're talking about Discord, you can't talk about Discord without involving psychos, freaks, and weirdos. So join us, fellow freaks, psychos, and weirdos, and we all come together. We all hug. We all join. We all high five. We all fucking, we all hanging around with each other. We're all good friends out here. So join the fucking Discord. Let me get you a new link. Let's not fucking play around right here. Let's fucking go. We're here. We're out here. Like the stream. Subscribe to the fucking channel. All of that good stuff. Let's not fucking play any games, all right? Cool. Do I sound edgy enough? Do I sound cool enough? All right, cool. Good to fucking know. Let's go. Here it is. New link. New fucking link, all right? New fucking link. There. All right, cool. Let's put a new link in the description too. Before we continue on with this stuff, let's fucking go.
Everyone's telling me how great Schultz's special is. I can't wait to fucking watch it.
Yeah, but you have a good attitude. That's a good attitude. That's how you're supposed to think.
That's how I think. But
it's not. It's the other.
Okay, I think that's a luxury. I'm gonna go on the side of the hater, which makes sense because of this particular stream. I think it's a luxury to feel the way Bert does about other comedians and their specials. Oh, I can't wait to watch somebody else perform. I'm happy for everybody because you're also at the top. I think another comedian, an up-and-coming comedian who's been 5 years in the game, who spends all their time going to Kill Tony, putting their name in a potluck, never getting pulled out, but they're quite decent in their local circuit. They haven't got a special anywhere on the big streaming platform. They put the special ads on YouTube. They maybe get a couple of hundred of views. They don't have many followers on social. I think they have every right. They have every right to hate these motherfuckers. They have every right to be hateful, to be jealous, to be envious of these motherfuckers. especially because they compare their specials to their specials and they think to themselves, hey, those guys aren't better than me. They might have better productions, they might have whatever, but I'm funnier. But because this is a little harem, it's a little kind of close circle, it's Rogan fucking ordaining people, comedians, and giving them careers by bringing them on their show. He's been a gatekeeper. I think comedians, I don't know if they exist, by the way. I'm just saying this hypothetically. I don't know if they do exist, many funny comedians who aren't known to us, like regular people, who aren't outside of the JRE verse and whatever, just doing their thing in the local circuit. I'm sure they do exist. It has to be a whole gaggle of funny people out there that we have no idea exist, right? I would actually big up Ed Martinez, appreciate you.
Freaks on need us how we fug main.
Exactly.
FTS.
Exactly. Big up Abe Martinez endorsing it. Join the Discord. I think they have every right to be jealous. And I think they have every right to question how certain people are getting specials and to be a little bit, you know, cynical, critical, whatever else it may be. I think it's easy for guys at the top to be congratulatory, to be fucking, you know, just to be nice about things and want everyone to win because they're also winning. But when you're not winning, when you have absolutely nothing, when your fucking special's getting one view, if that, I understand why you hate these motherfuckers because they are monopolizing everything, they're dominating everything, and most of them stink.
Dude, that's how you're supposed to think.
That's how I think. But
it's not. The other way is not good for you.
Let me see that.
Think about it. Is the other way is? You want another one? You want a new one?
Yeah, I'll take a new one.
The other way is bad for you as a human.
Yeah,
it's not healthy to think that way.
Which is true. You're allowed to hate. You're allowed to be envious. You're allowed to be jealous. But is it good for you spiritually, mentally, physically, everything else? Probably not, right? Holding on to that kind of hate, being that jealous, being that envious, it's probably not good for you. And it probably won't help you get where you want to get to because you're going to be thinking way too much about what those guys are doing, what you're not doing. Yo, big up NJ Ranger.
Bored and Dave. Just two regular middle-class guys taking fours in a cornfield near where Dave fought against low-income housing being built. Thank 'em.
Big up NJ Ranger. Oh, imagine the sight of these guys pulling up to Dave's place, you know, in buses, in Lambos, in Ferrari. And some of them driving in helicopters, private fucking jets and shit. Ay. Like I said, I understand if you're jealous. I understand if you don't like these guys. You're bumping the trains. You are jumping over the fucking barriers to get on a train to get to your comedy spot uptown somewhere, right? You don't even have money to buy yourself a sandwich, a bottle of water. You're going there hoping you get fed at the comedy club. That's what you're gonna eat. You're gonna eat over there because you know some guy in the kitchen. He might sort you out something. Yeah, you know what I mean. And these motherfuckers are like, I don't know, Alpha Brain, cigars, helicopters, BMWs, Rolls Royces, talking about everyone should love each other. We should help it. Like bro. Bert has like 6 Netflix specials. None of them are funny. And you probably can't get 100 views on your special on fucking YouTube. I would hate them too.
It doesn't do you any good. It only serves you to get fucked up. It only serves your ego and your bullshit. You get the clippers in the back? There you go.
Ego, man.
It's just not good for you. It doesn't help you. It only hurts you. It doesn't hurt the person that you're jealous of, and it hurts you.
Again, that's true. But is there not? Can they not acknowledge? Maybe there's a lack of it because they're a little bit delusional. But there's a lack of acknowledgement of the fact that they kind of take up all the space. You know, I bet you there's some people out there. I don't know if this is true, but I bet you there's some people out there who hate comedy just because of these guys, because they're omnipresent. And they don't shut the fuck up. And your idea of stand-up is these guys. When really there's a whole other world of stand-up comedy that exists out there that's way funnier, but you don't see it because these guys take up all the fucking airspace. And they never go away. They never fucking retire. You know? They never fucking quit. So, and they're not that good. They're generally not funny across the board. There's maybe 3 or 4 of them who are funny. Maybe 5 at most. And they're not in there. They're not on the fucking screen. So the lack of acknowledgement that us guys are doing what we're doing, but we may not be the best representation of the best of the best, is a little bit disingenuous too. I understand why they're not saying it, because who's gonna say their shit, but the lack of accepting that people hate you, not because they just want to hate you, but because they think you're shit and you're taking up all the space and you're collecting all the monies, is a little bit disingenuous, in my personal opinion.
It's not necessary. You could just be inspired, and you could say, oh, if this fucking mutt can make it, you can say that. I can do it too.
Oh, so he gives us permission. That's good. That's good. He gives you permission to say you're a mutt, you're shit, I can do that too, right? He gives you permission. That's what I wanted to hear. That makes me feel good. At least there's an acknowledgement that somebody that's doing stand-up can look at you guys and think, hold on, this guy takes off his t-shirt. You're here screaming about the Kardashians being aliens or something and humping a stool. And I'm out here actually crafting jokes, actually sitting there writing funny jokes, performing in fucking pubs for one person. That's not fair. Fuck you guys. He's saying you're allowed to say that. You're allowed to say that, but just get better, which you already are, but just get more successful, which is kind of hard to do when you guys occupy all the top spaces.
Too. But don't be jealous. If you don't like someone and they're becoming very successful, maybe think why you react so strongly.
If you don't like, can you not like somebody and it not be jealousy and just say that person's shit and you don't get it? Are you allowed to do it? Is that possible? Or does it always sound like jealousy? Does it always come across like you want what they have? Can't you just say, hey, I'm a local guy, I'm a local girl, I'm busting my ass, I actually feel like I write funny jokes, I see the reaction from the 10 people that are in the room, they're all fucking laughing, I always get compliments about my jokes, but I'm just not at the same level of fame as these guys because I'm not on Rogan. Can you say categorically that these Rogan friends are terrible without sounding like you're jealous or you're envious? Or no matter what you say, if you compare yourself to somebody else, you're always going to sound jealous. Is that possible?
Because a lot of times it's unfortunately jealousy. Like there's comics that I don't
But is the jealousy also acceptable though? I think it is. Because the guys at the top, it applies to all areas of life. Those who have more get more. So is the jealousy not a little bit understandable? If you guys are arriving to comedy clubs, like fucking NJ Ranger pointed out, in low-income areas, in Lambos and fucking Ferraris and helicopters, and somebody's having to fucking get, you know, a fucking Greyhound bus to go to a fucking gig. Are they not within their rights to be a bit jealous that you guys get everything and they get nothing? Or they're fighting for scraps? Yeah, big up Robert Holden. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the dono.
Think they're very good. They don't make me laugh, but I don't care. I don't get mad at them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't.
Of course you don't get mad at them. You're nearly a billionaire off of podcasting and stand-up comedy. Of course you wouldn't get jealous or hate them. It'd be weird if you did, because you have everything. It's actually weird with Bert. Bert's really jealous. We're going to play a clip of Bert on Tiger Belly. He really has got a thing about Shane Gillis. I think Podcast Cringe pointed it out, or maybe somebody pointed it out, but he's definitely got an issue with Shane Gillis, which is weird because you're also high level, or you sell a lot of tickets, you're very famous. Like, let Shane have his time. But Bert seems to be very envious and a jealous person. Like, he always wants to be number one. But I think it would be weird if Rogan was hateful or jealous of others when he has amassed all of the monies, all of the wealth, all of the attention. Obviously for his hard work and his talent, but still, you have every right not to be. A guy, a girl busting their ass on the fucking, what's it, Tribble Run, whatever they're called, right? Playing for fucking hot dogs and fucking cheesy fries. Maybe they have a right to be jealous. Maybe.
Get upset at them. I mean, I'll be friends with them. I'll like them. There's comics that I had to learn how to do that because it used to be like if guys weren't funny, I just couldn't deal with them.
Can you imagine Rogan having this level of elitism where he literally thinks he can have this point of view when he is terrible at stand-up? I have to continue the series, but check out my Patreon for the Is Joe Rogan Funny series. I've got to continue it. I think I need to get to part 5 or 6. I've got which one I stopped at. But I watched a lot of Joe Rogan specials, And he is really aggressively unfunny. Like, aggressively unfunny. Like, Rogan is funny on his podcast, but even that isn't a substitute. And it's really weird because with Rogan, I feel like I believe Rogan is a real lover of stand-up. Like, he's a real student of the game. Like, you can tell this guy's a real student of the game. He loves the fucking craft. He really adores it. You can tell he watches old specials. He's always talking about stand-up. He spends a lot of time doing it. I think he might be 30 plus years into his stand-up career. But God almighty, he is so bad. So that's a weird thing, the disconnect. You listen to him talk about stand-up. He's really dedicated to it. He spends a lot of time writing. He's always doing fucking spots in random places. Now he's got his fucking club. He's always up there performing. And plus doing his podcast. But the material on the stage, dog shit. Dog shit. So imagine that person judging you, judging the strength of your character, basically rating you as a person if you're funny or not. This guy, who's best friends with Bert Kreischer, by the way, trying to judge you, you know, your fucking character based on whether or not you can make people laugh on the stage when he does dog shit comedy that wouldn't be good at all or funny if he wasn't famous.
Couldn't hang out with them. I'm friends with a few people that suck, but they're nice people. You know, you can separate that. But
that's fucking wild. That also applies to him the other way around, right? And I was thinking, and everyone's thinking now on social, who's he talking about? People are suggesting this could be a shot at Brendan Schaub, but Brendan's quit stand-up now, so if he is talking about him, I think that's a little bit of an easy target, and I think it's also unfair. I think it's unfair if this is about Brendan, because Rogan endorsed Brendan. Rogan put his arm around Brendan. Rogan platformed Brendan. There was a time early on his journey in stand-up comedy where Rogan used to have Joe Rogan and Friends shows at the Comedy Store. The lineups are still out there, and he'd put Brendan on lineups with Bill Burr and them, man. Early Comedy Store days. This is before You'd Be Surprised came out. Before we knew. Remember, we didn't know what Brendan's stand-up was like for the longest time. He refused to put clips up on YouTube. He was really shy about putting clips up on YouTube because he knew it was shit, right? Before the videos came up on YouTube, before we saw any specials on Showtime, Brendan was performing week in, week out with Rogan at the Comedy Store. Rogan would put Brendan on his lineups at the Comedy Store, endorsing him. At one of the best clubs in the world, the club that fucking birthed comedy, all this stuff, sucking off the fucking Comedy Store. He platformed him there. When everyone was hating Brendan early on, Rogan would always say, oh, people are jealous of Brendan because he's tall and handsome and looks like he could take your girl and kill you or something. Not because he's terrible at comedy, not because he's a terrible person, not because he took his chances and his opportunities for granted, not because he's a bully, not because he might be a bit of a douche. Nah, people hate this guy because he's big and handsome and he fucking can fuck up your girl or fuck you or, beat you up and fuck you and fuck your girl. And now here he is saying, I'm friends with actually people. Come on, bro. It's a bit rich. It's a bit rich. It's a bit rich.
But I'm also friends with some people that are mind-blowing, and there's such a value in that. When you're around people.
He's explaining basic human interaction, basic human relationships. You know what? It's actually pretty good to have friends who aren't all like celebrities and stuff. It's actually quite helpful to have like friends and people in your inner circle who aren't just like business owners or entrepreneurs or like politicians or like oligarchs or like athletes or like professional fighters. Wow. What?
People that are like really good at what they do when you're around Dave. And Schulz is my favorite for going to a place and then talking shit about the place in such a brilliant way.
I think Schulz is fucking brilliant.
He's so good.
Dude, the whole shit with Kendrick Lamar, I was getting in the shit.
Okay, cool. We don't care. Anyway, that was the point of the video. Rogan may be getting a bit at Brendan. I think it's unfair personally for him to be sending these little sly shots at people, because even if he's not talking about Brendan, the fact that he platformed Brendan, I feel like will forever taint his opinion when it comes to stand-up comedy. He endorsed Brendan Schaub. He's best friends with Bert Kreischer. You can't talk anymore when it comes to stand-up comedy. You can't have I can't take your opinion seriously. I can't take your judgment seriously. I can't take anything that you say seriously when it comes to stand-up, when you endorse and fully back Brendan, and also you're best friends with Bert Kreischer. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We don't take you seriously. We don't care. And you're also terrible yourself at stand-up, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Moving on. Tiger Belly time. Tiger Belly time. I'm sure some of you guys enjoy watching Bert Kreischer content, right? You love it, right? I'm sure some of you guys love it. I know I love it. So I was listening to Tiger Belly with Bert Kreischer recently. Just came out just today. Fresh, brand new on the fucking grill. And Bert took offense. Bert mentioned once again the fact that he got offended. He got personally offended when Ari Shaffir told him that one time during Two Bears One Cave that he makes everything about him. So that whole conversation is still resonating with him today, you know. He's still having a hard time basically accepting the fact that he makes everything about him. Really interesting, by the way. That one comment from Ari Shaffir, you make everything about you, has really, really irked Bert. I know he's joking a little bit in this clip, but I feel like the reason why he keeps bringing it up is because it kind of hurts. Let's play the clip.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
But Peter brought vodka.
Shit.
Anyway, here, keep going. So wait, see what the average rating was. What the rating was on.
It seems like the top tier folks were all getting $500,000 per episode by the end.
$500,000 per episode.
That's
great.
That's a lot.
Hello. Wow. What's the point you're getting to, Bert?
My point is, if they're getting, thank you. If they're getting,
nice little bit of Por Osos branding there. Did they buy the Por Osos themselves? Did Bert bring a bottle of Por Osos for the team and then they brought it out in a organic way to shield the Por Osos? Or did they go and specifically buy the Por Osos in order to lubricate one Bert Kreischer so he crashed out some more? Who fucking knows? Who fucking cares?
I mean, I don't know. I think Modern Family, I think they were pulling in a high rating when no one was watching television.
Maybe 10 million, maybe. Right? It was about 10 million. 10 million.
10 million is a lot of fucking people.
Yeah, but
do you know Last Comic Standing, the year I did it?
Yeah.
My episode was 13 million people.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, and I'll tell you what, 13 million people, you get recognized.
Yeah.
I was on that night. It aired that night, and I was flying. I had Georgia. On the episode I did, I said, I'm pregnant, we're having a baby, I really need this. And then I got booted, that episode.
Yeah.
And that was it aired on a Wednesday night, I think.
Yeah.
I think it aired on Wednesday night. And I flew Thursday to go to Miami Improv, and it aired like Wednesday or Tuesday, I guess. And I got so recognized in the bar at the American Airlines. Everyone bought me drinks.
Yeah, good point, Ruben Rivera. Bert being the reason Sober October is over hurt Bert too. No, exactly, 100%. It still stings. It's funny because if I'm not mistaken, they record those shows, like they banked those shows, innit? Two Bears, One Cave. So that Ari Shaffir show could have been recorded in fucking February, January or something, and he's still mentioning it now. So clearly it's stinging him because he's done this show recently because he's promoting his Netflix special. So he's still talking about it. So definitely that shit resonated with him and definitely fucking cut at his core.
Drinks, and everyone's like, hey, did you have the baby? And I was like, I just had her. And they're like, oh, let's see pictures. And I was showing pictures.
Look at that.
It was
You know who says that? Narcissists. Me.
Oh, do you know what? I had this fucking Ari Shaffir on my podcast with Tommy.
Yeah.
And Ari's like,
sociopath.
Yeah. Oh.
Sociopath. Yeah.
I pull up the traits of a sociopath and we'll diagnose Ari.
Yeah.
But Ari said to me casually, and I think he's just trying to fuck with me, but he goes, well, you make everything about yourself. And I got really in my head about it. And I was like, and then I was like saying to Leanne, I was like, it's like, maybe I'll talk about this in therapy. Do I make everything about yourself? She goes, yeah, but you're a stand-up comedian.
Yes.
Like, everything's about yourself.
That's weird.
And she goes, wait, didn't Ari shit on a pizza box to win an election? Or that was, I shit on a pizza box to win an election.
He shit on my...
You know how wild that is? Do you know how wild that is? That Bert has no self-awareness at all. Because on paper, somebody saying to Bert Kreischer, you make everything about yourself, it's almost like a backhanded compliment, really. Because that's what he does. So, like, it surprises me that he's so offended. That he's so offended that somebody said he makes it about himself when he does make everything about himself. That's almost like his brand, interrupting, making everything about himself, going on tangents and never finishing a story, right? Or telling shitty stories. That's part of his like brand. Some people like him. I'm sure the fans that actually watch Bert Kreischer, that follow his podcast, Bertcast and Two Beds, One Cave and everything else he does, Something Burning, I'm sure they enjoy that thing. The same things that we hate about him, his fans probably love it. So it's surprising that he gets so offended at somebody saying you make it all about yourself, which is the most milquetoast, normal insult he could ever receive. Because it's the truth. It's an observation. Like he's fat, like he has a red face. You make it all about yourself. It's true. Like I played a clip the other day at some stream where Tom is telling some story and Bert just tells a story that's similar to that story instead of asking a question. Like a normal person, if you were in a conversation with somebody and they said, oh my God, I crashed my car. Oh shit, what happened, man? That's what a normal conversation would be. It would Bert, if someone told him they crashed their car, he said, oh my God, you never guess what? I also crashed my bike. It's like, bro, like, what is this? Like, who talks like that? So clearly he's a bit, you know, tapped in the head with that regard, but he gets offended by that. And the other thing that's really funny, which I also have realized over time, especially as I've become older, it's very rare that a piece of shit person who's married to somebody that seems nice, it's very rare that they're both, that the nice person isn't also a piece of shit in their own way. If that makes sense. Because for the longest time, people would look at someone like Leanne Kreischer and think, oh my gosh, she's so lovely. But then you look at Bert and you're like, hold on, how are you married to this guy? How are you married to this freak? Like, how is it possible? Like, how? Obviously, the money comes involved, the fame comes involved, but there's a part of her that's also a little bit similar to Bert, which is the enabling. When he comes home and says, oh my God, Ari Shaffir told me that I make it all about myself. She's like, no, babe, you don't. You're just a stand-up comedian. You do nothing wrong. You're perfect. Now you realize why they're together. Now you realize why she seems to be chill. Why she doesn't seem to care that much about his drinking, about his health, about the shit he says, about him being delusional. That's now you understand why they are a perfect couple. Because she enables him. You know? And I'm assuming it helps because her enabling him probably makes sure that that fucking black Amex card is constantly available. So I understand why she does it, but if you're ever under any confusion as to why they're together, you saw it from that clip right there. But I'm just confused. It confuses me. It really confuses me that Bert Kreischer honestly got offended because Ari Shaffir says he makes it all about himself when he does. That's like one of his main traits, making every conversation about himself.
Car.
But he's just shit to announce his special.
Not just a pizza box. He shits everywhere.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, that's a good point. Big up Young Old Vibes. Some women just like to mother their spouses. I don't know. Maybe it's natural. Yeah, so maybe it's not like a enabling thing. Maybe it's just more so like a maternal. I want to look after you. So anybody that comes after you, I'm jumping in front of them. Yeah, I'm the mother hen type of thing. Maybe. But I just think if you're in a relationship with somebody and they have tendencies to make it all about themselves, usually if they're doing it to their friends, they're doing it to you. So in my rational brain, I'm like, hold on. If somebody came to me and said, oh my God, myself, I might say, babe, you actually do make everything about yourself. I want to take this opportunity to raise some issues that I'm having without communication. Maybe not the best idea in general, but I think enabling or this, you know, or not kind of addressing those issues isn't the right way to go about things. Especially if you love somebody, you want the best for them. So you want to be honest, even if it hurts them, even if it hurts you, or in the end of a relationship, you'd rather be honest about it. So the fact that she's not being honest and saying, yeah, you do have a problem about making it all about yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Psychopath or sociopath? Who do we do first?
What do you mean? Me?
No, would you want, okay. Who do you think the closest to a sociopath is?
Big up Chris Mack. Ari shoved the announcement of his upcoming specials up his rear and pooped them on a cardboard box at last Skankfest. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit too white guy. That's a little bit too white boy humor for me. I like my white boy humor, but that's a little bit too white boy humor for me. I can't do that shit. I can't do that. I really can't do that. I can't.
Ari.
Okay.
And psychopath.
Let's run it. Psychopath.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, that's that clip. Moving on. Next clip I want to show you here is Bert and Bobby. As you can see here, Bobby Lee are, let's see, Bert and Bobby on Joe Rogan having powerful energy. Let's skip ahead here. They talk about Rogan. They mention Rogan very, very, very briefly around here.
Okay. All right. The next
Remember that one time we were in Mothership, you and I, and Joe was writing feverishly, and we're just sitting there, and it's like no one was talking, and you just whisper to me, you go, I feel uncomfortable, and I go, I know, it's just weird, you know what I mean? Because he has, I love Joe Rogan, but he has this power almost.
Yeah.
Does it feel? Do you get nervous around him?
No.
Okay.
I don't get nervous around him, but
Exit out.
But I definitely know what you're talking about with his power. He's a really intense dude.
He's an intense dude. Yeah.
Could you imagine that? Could you imagine being in the green room of a comedy club and Rogan's just in there writing jokes? Like, because I guess Rogan approaches comedy like he approaches like any type of fitness activity, sports, whatever, right? He's just intense. So he approaches writing jokes like hitting a heavy bag. So he's like sitting there. Okay, then he said, women are like, men are like, DMT man, weed man. You know, he's sitting there feverishly writing away, hammering away at a joke, you know, taking it very seriously, repeating, talking to himself, repeating his lines in the mirror, shadow boxing as he's repeating his lines, doing spinning wheel kicks, doing spinning wheel kicks, practicing some of his chokes, practicing submissions on one of those little fucking, you know, mannequin type of things while he says his jokes, and all these comedian types, they're all like layabouts, they're all like, you know, functional drug addicts, alcoholics. They just want to party and get loose. But it's his club, it's his green room, so you just shut the fuck up a bit. And also, you want to pretend like you're also a serious comedian. So you just like, you know, you also sit down, you get your phone out, you pull out your notepad, you start scribbling. I find that hilarious. Rogan very seriously sitting in a green room with a bottle of water, just fucking with his headphones on, just writing jokes. Super intense, not looking up one time. And everyone in the room quiet because they don't want to get kicked out of the green room. Big up NJ Ranger.
MFS telling about Joe like he's Saruman the White, man face bombing emoji.
I don't know who that Saruman White is, but NJ Ranger. Sorry, I missed that one. That's over my head. I don't know who Saruman White is, unfortunately. Is that another Caucasian? Is that Caucasian humor? My Caucasian humor fucking arsenal. My library's not that dense, my friend. Unfortunately, I'm not sure who Saruman White is, but big up blood clot NJ Ranger. Oh, sorry. Salman. Oh, sorry. Oh, fucking hell, I forgot. Big up Shades Cow. Appreciate you. Thank you for the gifted membership.
After 4 hours of intense comedy writing session, Rogan has come to the profound conclusion that weed should be legal and trans people might actually be people with rights.
Yeah, exactly. Big up Assad Disease. After 4 hours, those trans people are kind of alright, you know? They're kind of alright. Yo, big up Shades Cow too. Appreciate you. Big up Blood Clot Shades Cow. Thank you for the gifted memberships, my friend. Thank you for the gifted membership. Big up. And you're from the UK. Yo, allow me, man. Allow me. I'm not from the UK. I'm from Angola. Cabo Carado. I'm from Angola. I'm not from the UK. Anyway, let's continue. Next clip. Bert and Bobby Lee try and judge if SHAFFIR is a sociopath.
Yeah.
All right, Ari. Next.
Tend to be successful.
Okay, pass. Dishonesty. No, he doesn't have that one. He is the most honest.
He is very honest. Yeah.
He's painfully honest.
Manipulative behavior, narcissism, and superficial charm.
No,
he doesn't have that.
Okay, next go to sociopath.
You read it.
Lack of remorse, but guilt and empathy may be present in some cases.
Yes, 100%.
Some emotions are felt, rage, but are shallow and fleeting.
Yes!
Rage.
Yes!
Yeah.
May form close attachments to one or few individuals. Yes! Consistent, irresponsible, and repeated violations of law. Yes! Constant lying and deception. No.
Deception, maybe?
No,
There's some deception. No, I don't think so. I think he has got the deception. He's a deceiver, dude. He does shadow play.
Did you know what was in your drink when he gave it to you?
Yes!
Very good.
Okay, all right.
So he's a sociopath.
All right, pull up narcissist.
Yeah.
Let's find how to identify a narcissist.
Also, we want to play this game too.
What?
We're gonna call him at the same time. See who's more important to him. All right. So, let's get our phones. We'll do it now. Let me get his phone number.
Let me skip ahead a little bit. Skip ahead a little bit.
They tell.
We self-diagnose each other?
Okay, we answer honestly, and then they tell the truth.
By the way, this is becoming like a bit of a bit now because I think they realized that everybody on the internet is psychoanalyzing them, especially Bert. So this is not sincere. This is not coming from a place of like trying to understand themselves better by trying to change. This is all just kind of playing into the meme, playing into the troll, playing into the insults. Yo, big up Fetty Wap Pharmaceuticals. Appreciate you. Thank you for becoming a member of the Random Show. Thank you for becoming a member of the Random Show. Remember, if you want to join, link is down below. We're trying to hit 1,000 members by the end of the fucking year. Let's fucking go. Big up Fetty Wap Pharmaceuticals. Like I said, this is not sincere, not coming from a real place. They're just trying to lean into the joke and also rage bait a little bit, rage content-y type of thing. It's not like a real thing. So don't think they're being sincere. Don't think they're being serious. They're just shooting the shit. They know full well that they are all raging narcissists, but do they give a shit? No.
That's a fun game.
Peter?
And you can get involved too, Jules, just based on what you know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Self-importance.
I do it to myself?
Yes.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm very humble.
Let's go to the judges.
All right, next.
This is gonna hurt.
Next.
Wait, what's self-importance? Google the definition of self-importance.
No, we know you know what self-importance is.
I think yes.
Are you an NCP?
Okay,
NPC. Are you
NPC.
No, you're the main character.
I'm ass to mouth.
Do you believe you're the main character in your game? Yes or no?
Yeah. I actually can't believe. I actually wonder if you guys are actually all alive.
Right.
If you have souls the way I have a soul, or if I'm special.
We see you move funny.
Here we go. An exaggerated estimate of one's own importance.
Oh.
Do you feel a little exaggerated?
No, I think it's pretty accurate. I'm fucking dope as shit.
And me too.
I'm fucking cool as shit.
Listen,
I gotta be real. Let's be real. Hold on. Exaggerated estimate of one's own importance. No, I don't have that. I am accurate to who I am. I'm very self-reflecting, but I'm not like, I don't think I'm crazy, but I'm like, yo, I got a fucking crazy, fucking awesome wife. I got 2 great kids. I got an amazing career. I got 3 amazing podcasts. I got a special coming out on Netflix. It's my 6th fucking special. I realize that's wild, cool shit. But I don't go like, but I'm the best. I'm not the best. Like, I know I can name right now.
Extra doubt, honestly, this fucking guy, man. Oh, yeah. So full of shit.
Name 10 comics. Name 10. I'll go back and forth.
Let's go
10 comics that are way better than we are. Ready?
No, I don't know. I don't know 10.
No, I'll go 1. You go.
I know
that's 5.
Oh, 5.
Okay, yeah.
Who's better? Let me start.
Okay.
Tim Dillon.
Oh, not him. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
By the way, he's not kidding. Already, you see how he said, oh, I've got an amazing life. I know I'm not the best. Immediately, Bobby Lee mentions Tim Dillon, who I think isn't even that good of a stand-up. I think he's way more funny on the podcast. I love Tim Dillon. I literally pay for his Patreon. I don't pay for a bunch of people's Patreon, but I actually legitimately pay for his Patreon. I think it's really fucking worthwhile. I think he's not even funny as a stand-up, or as funny compared to his podcast. But he's definitely funnier than Bert. And immediately, at the first suggestion, he's already doubting. Actually, it's like, bruv, Tim Dillon is way funnier than you. Whether on pods or on the fucking stage. It's not even a competition. It's not even close. He's way funnier. And he's already doubting. So all of that thing about being humble, about being self-aware, about thinking there's many people out there better than him, but he has an amazing life, and he's appreciative, already full of absolute caca, doo-doo, at the first hurdle. Tim Dillon, not too sure actually. What?
Oh, this is gonna be tough.
Is Tom better than you?
No, not him. Fuck.
And again, he's not joking. He's not joking.
Tom?
What's the guy?
Yeah.
What's the guy? What's the guy? Fucking Dynamite. What's that guy?
Jimmy Walker.
Jimmy Walker's better than
No.
All right, this is a bad one. Keep going.
Let's go real. Let's go real. No,
but I don't want to go real because then our friends are going to get upset if we didn't mention their names. Shane Gillis.
Already, the Shane Gillis thing. Whoever mentioned it, that's a really good observation. He definitely has some sort of issue. I'm not too sure if it's because Shane Gillis didn't kiss the ring, or maybe because he feels like he was responsible for his career, maybe in a weird parallel, maybe in a weird fucked up way. Maybe Bert thinks Shane Gillis is trying to copy him or something. You know how comedians are strange. Maybe because he sees Shane drinking and doing the thing that he does, he thinks Shane copies him. I don't know, but there's definitely something weird going on with Bert and his relationship with Shane Gillis. He's very jealous of him. And I'm not too sure, jealous and envious. I'm not sure what's going on there. There's something going on.
All right, so the second one, expecting praise for minimal work, even none at all.
That's most guys.
That's most guys.
When you're,
I don't think that's most guys. I think, you know what I mean? I don't think most guys expect praise for minimal or no work. I think that for some reason is a very particular thing you see in these stand-up comedians, especially these podcasters. I don't know what it is, but they seem to have this common trait of wanting to be like acknowledged, adored, exalted, put on a fucking pedestal. They really like it. Some of them will say they don't, but they really do. You can tell by their actions.
No.
Like if I do the dishes, I'm like, yo, have you been in the kitchen yet?
Yeah.
Because there's something special in there waiting for you. And then she just sees no dishes in there and goes, I don't see it. And I go, are you fucking kidding me? Take a look in the sink. She goes, there's nothing in there. I go, exactly.
I've done this, right? I sold out the Sacramento Punchline and there were only 10 people there.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what that is?
No. That's you saying, quote, to your ex-girlfriend, bitch, I cuddled you for 20 minutes.
And then what?
And then she's like, yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
That was a good bomb. I enjoyed that bomb. I'm not gonna lie. I really did enjoy that bomb. Random bomb for somebody in the studio. You know, everyone in the studio now, producers, instead of just producing the show or providing a good background laugh track, they're all trying to be comedians themselves. It wouldn't surprise me if everyone in the Tiger Belly studio does stand up. You know, that also might signal the death of stand up comedy podcasts. Before producers did their job, they were very good at Googling, very quick at getting things up on the screen. They also made sure the audio was great. They put up episodes on time. They added timestamps, and they provided a good laugh track, like how Nadiv used to do on the fucking Your Mum's House. But now all these producers, they want to be fucking comedians. They want to get into ha ha hee-hees. So they end up telling jokes, and they bomb. One more time, I want to repeat that. That's really good.
No. That's you saying, quote, to your ex-girlfriend, bitch, I cuddled you for 20 minutes.
And then what?
And then she's like, yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay. I literally don't understand it, but let's go to the next.
All right,
maybe that's a part of it.
We can just skip the next one. That's a yes for me.
Wait, I want to read.
Never mind.
Preoccupied with success, with needed to be. Yeah, that's. I have that too.
I have that. I'm obsessed
need to be
with
great
success.
for the.
Oh, you have 4 for sure. And let's move.
Craving power.
Yeah.
Power.
Hold on. Being preoccupied with success and the need to be great. I don't think they are preoccupied with the need to be great. I think they care about success. They all care about money. Whenever you listen to podcasts, especially stand-up comedians, they have a weird obsession with talking about how much money everyone gets. I think the only time you hear these guys talking about funny stuff, like writing funny jokes, is when they start. I think every comedy podcast, when it first started out, the comedians will speak about writing jokes, trying to be funny. Oh my God, I watched this special. That guy said an amazing joke. I re-listened to this fucking comedian. I re-listened to that comedian that died. I was checking out that podcast. I saw this video that was really funny. But the more famous they get, the more successful they get, now they start talking about money and about ticket sales and about going on tour and gates and receipts. So I don't really think they care about being great. I don't think any of these comedians, maybe I don't know, maybe with the exception of SCHULZ, maybe, who talks about wanting to be great, like and wanting to be a legend type of thing. They don't really care. They just care about making money. Like, they care about being on that Forbes top 10 highest touring comedian things, which, you know, is what it is. Whatever your motivations. But I wonder if that has contributed to how terrible everyone is at stand-up. No one cares about being great. Everyone just cares about being successful.
Power.
You have it.
I didn't always, but now I do.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Only wanting to be around highly status or high achieving people. No, look, I hang out with Pete all the time.
He works for you.
Yeah, okay.
If you didn't pay him, he would never be found. Okay?
He would never be found.
I was a slam to Pete.
Yeah.
I was expecting a bigger laugh on that. I was hoping you'd go, look at who I hang out with.
Yeah, I have lunch with losers like these guys earlier. But anyway, guys.
But yeah, Bert is definitely one of those type of people. He definitely loves being around high status or high achieving people. 100%.
I don't care about status anymore.
Requiring lots of attention and praise from those around them.
Yep.
I'm taking a bath in that one. I really need.
I'm
praise
drowning in that
and
one.
attention.
I think I'm drowning in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's a sea.
Oh, there's more.
There's got to be. Okay. Entitled behavior. You have that.
I got it.
I got it too.
Yeah, it's called being famous. Keep going.
All right.
I don't think that's true, by the way. I don't think every famous person is entitled. I think that's definitely a common thing that you see with stand-up comedians, and especially with Bert Kreischer. Especially with fucking Bert Kreischer. Mr. Entitled himself, especially with him.
Okay, expecting special. Like if you're at a restaurant, I've done this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where I'm at a restaurant and I sign up for. They don't know me, and I sign up to be on the list, and then I see another people get in faster than me. I lose my shit. I'll show them my Instagram fucking followers, everything. You know what I mean? Okay.
That's understandable to a certain extent. If you're signing up and you've got a seat. Everyone does that. I think everyone gets angry at that. It happens all the time. You go to a restaurant, you book a table, and then somebody else comes after you and gets seated first. It's always going to sting. Me personally, I've got a big thing. You know, one of my triggers is people cutting in queues, and that sort of preferential treatment. I'm always going to fly off the handle. So I understand why he says that. But what Bert's about to say is fucking wild, and definitely describes and definitely represents him to a T. What Bert's about to say that he does. What Bobby Lee says, I get it, I understand. What Bert's about to say is insane.
I'll tell you, this is how bad I am.
What?
I was with my parents.
Yeah.
I was with my parents, and we were trying to get somewhere. We're going to a Bucks game.
Yeah.
And I can't believe I said this. Pete, were you in the car with us when we went to the Bucks game with my parents? Yeah. And we were pulling up, and they're like, Dad, this is VIP entrance. I go, we should be good. And they're like, no, it's just VIP. We don't have the pass. I go, roll the window down. Let them see my face.
Fucking hell. Which marries up to, do you remember early on? I remember when I was watching show, maybe it was Tiger, maybe it was Bert Cast, maybe it was Your Mum's House, maybe it was Two Beds, One Cave. But I remember early on, Tom Segura used to complain that one of the reasons why he didn't like to go on tour with Bert was that he would sometimes purposely walk into places with his top off, hoping people recognize him. Or just generally, like, you know, usually, I guess with Tom, because he's a little bit antisocial, he'll be trying to, like, scully away, right? Sneak away, wear a hat, be incognito. Bert would be, like, talking loudly and walking into spaces in the hopes that people would recognize him. Like, making a detour to a bar, quickly walking in there, acting like he's looking for something, and then people recognize him, and he's like, hey, it's Bert! You know, all that sort of shit. So now we know that that's true. Because even with his fucking parents, even with his family, he's going around, lowering down the windows, hoping some guy recognizes him so he can get preferential treatment. Fucking nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
Hang on. How often does hang on, for real. How often does that work, Pete?
We've done it 3 times with me in the car.
How many times has it worked?
3 times.
Fucking works every time.
Yeah.
It's my demographic. There guys running a fucking parking lot.
It's funny. It's his demographic. Regular dudes who he doesn't really have anything in common with, apart from drinking alcohol. I wonder if that's the reason why he won't quit. Not that he loves it, not that it's part of his identity, but it's the only thing that he has that relates to the common everyday person. And because he LARPs as like a regular working class guy, no, a regular middle class guy, not working class, if he takes that away and he gets fit and he works out and gets healthy, he'll just look like every other fucking, you know, lacking in self-awareness, detached from reality comedian out there. Maybe the alcohol grounds him. Maybe the booze, maybe the alcoholism grounds him and makes him feel like a regular, normal human being. Imagine that.
Can I say something that happened the other day? It was crazy. So it was literally not my fault. I was driving down Ventura, and this man who happens to be black just swipes my car. But I swerved enough where it didn't do any damage to my. But his whole the rear view window was gone. The side mirror.
Side window. Yeah.
And I just went, you know what? It's his fault for sure. So I'm just gonna move on and kept driving. But he followed me in his car for like a couple blocks and was doing his lights. You know what I mean? So I pulled over. He goes, motherfucker. You know. He goes, motherfucker, you fucking. I go, I didn't. And he goes, you're Bobby Lee. I go, yeah. And it changed his energy a bit. His energy changed.
So that's the way we should look at Tom Segura's car accident recently, is that he's not worked hard enough for people to run into his car and then stop and go, oh my God, I didn't know you were Tom Segura.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
By the way, I don't know if that's true, but allegedly Tom Segura got his car crashed into, and the person that did it drove away, which I think is brilliant, by the way, because he insults regular people, because he looks down on people so much. It's fucking poetic, karmic justice that some random person re-ended Tom Segura, and instead of exchanging details, just drove away. I fucking love it. Yo, big up Ashley Cummins in the chat. Wagwan to Ashley. Wagwan. Yeah, they love being recognized. Exactly. Which I think is bizarre. I think you're at least meant to pretend you don't like it. I'm not gonna lie. There is something kind of gross about enjoying being recognized, like enjoying being being obsessed with fame that much, because it's gross in the same way it's gross as those kids on TikTok are. You know those kids on TikTok that are obsessed with fucking fame and followers and shit, and they cry if they lose a couple grand followers and they got millions of followers. It's just as bad when these grown-ass men are acting like TikTokers. I don't like it. They're upset. Like there was a time when I kind of appreciated BERT'S honesty for how fame hungry he is, but I also think it's very gross to be that age, nearly 60 years old, and you're obsessed with fame that much. Like, please, especially to the detriment of your fucking craft. If you're a BERT fan, it must piss you off, because he spends way more time thinking of marketing ideas, thinking of ideas of how to go viral, than thinking of clever fucking stand-up special names, as opposed to actually writing good jokes, putting on a good show. You know, it's not really all of that. So fuck all that shit. Big up MM in the chat as well. What do you say here? The only thing about BERT that ever made him tolerable was knowing that he was a loser. Now it's just Captain Big Head. That's actually a good point. That's a really good point. In the beginning, that was part of his brand. The whole everyman thing, and also the fact that, oh, I'm just an idiot. I'm just a fucking idiot. I'm just trying to, you know, that lovable drunk. That was part of his charm, like, you know, like the uncle that we all know, right? During family gatherings, that gets a little bit loose, he gets a little bit dumb. But now he's starting to take himself seriously. Now he thinks he's an entrepreneur. Now he thinks he's a fucking, you know, a magnate. Now he thinks he's a businessman. Now he thinks he's a fucking, you know, philosopher or whatever else, marketing genius. And it's now becoming a little bit like, okay, bro, let's relax. You know, you're a bit of a hack anyway. You're one of Rogan's friends, so that kind of doesn't really count in terms of success and what you got, because he's a bit of a cheat code. Let's just relax a little bit with smelling our own farts, you know? Let's relax a little bit, please. But I'm going to spare you. That's the end of the Bobby Lee and BERT thing. I'm going to spare you any more abuse vis-a-vis BERT. I'm sure you're going to get way more when Podcast Cringe tears through this and other appearances that BERT'S got. So I'm going to spare you, and we're going to jump to something else. Let's jump to, where is it? What I want to do that? Yeah, let's do this one. Let's do this one quickly. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, boom. Big up Alex Baldwin and his crazy wife. Oh, what's happened there? What happened? What happened there? What happened there? Did it go away? What happened there? Okay, there you go. One more second. Apologies for the technical difficulties on my end. Technical difficulties. Let's go again.
The Hilaria show.
No. I think we're gonna see. You know, we're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great. You're a winner.
Oh my God! When I'm talking, you're not talking.
That's right.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes, we'll have to like just cut him out of the show. No, I mean, I think this is a really raw show, and it's very real, and we took a lot of chances. And, you know, I think that we'll see where it leads us. We'll see what it feels like to have be out there, and then we'll see, you know, if people like it. That's enough.
The HILARIA show.
No, I think
What
we're going
a nightmare. What a nightmare. For a moment there, you saw Hello Darkness, My Old Friend playing in Alec Baldwin's head when his wife told him to shut the fuck up in front of all the press and all the media. Oh my fucking God. So unnecessarily rude. So unnecessarily rude. But very much a reflection of their relationship behind closed doors. And some people may argue this might be some justice, some punishment for the fact that Alec Baldwin murked that lady on set. RIP to that lady, by the way, who got killed on set because of a gun that wasn't properly fucking, you know, cleaned or whatever else it may be. Obviously, the person handling the guns was definitely at fault, but Alec Baldwin not getting charged, like being found completely innocent for it was fucking hilarious. But he also has to live with Hilaria Baldwin every day. By the way, another notice. Did you notice her accent? Do you notice her accent? You know, she does this like fake Spanish thing when she's like from America. She hasn't got any Spanish in her whatsoever. I think she might have studied in Spain when she was like 16 or something at one time. But she makes it seem as if like she grew up in like a Spanish household, and she didn't. She just learned the language because she likes the language. But when she speaks, when she's on her own platform or when she does press with Spanish speaking media, she has a very heavy Spanish accent. And sometimes, I remember there was a clip in particular where she pretends to forget the word onions or something. She says, I think onions is like cebollas. I've got the word for onions in Spanish. But she's like, she's doing the show. She's like, ¿Cómo se dice cebolla? It's like, bro, you're from America, bro. There's no way you don't know how to say fucking onions. Please, okay? So I love that. Now she's speaking to American media. She definitely sounds way more, how do you say? Way more English, if that makes any sense. She sounds way more English in this particular clip than I've ever heard her sound. One more time.
The HILARIA show.
No, I think we're going to see, you know, we're going to see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's going to be great. You're a winner.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Sorry.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes, we'll have to like just cut him out of the show. No, I mean, I think this is a really raw show, and it's very real, and we took a lot of chances. And, you know, I think that we'll see where it leads us. We'll see what it...
He just walks away. He just walks away. Anyway, she doubled down, of course. She doubled down like everyone does these days. Let's listen to what she has to say. She got her tits out too, so to distract us, by the way, which is a good tactic, right? Big up Hilaria Baldwin. She saw the backlash that people were saying about her being rude, about them feeling bad for Alec Baldwin for having such a mean and rude wife, and her telling him to shut up in front of the media. So she laid down, got her tits out, and doubled down. Good strategy, Hilaria.
It's going to be great. You're a winner.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Sorry.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes, we'll have to like just cut him out of the show. And that is called, what's the word of the day?
Manterrupting.
Manterrupting, which could be a positive, it could be a negative, or it could be a...
Correctile dysfunction.
Yes, correctile dysfunction. I think that's one of our children trying to get into the room. But, you know, the whole point is, because our children are about to come in, the whole point is that we interrupt each other all the time.
Yo, big up Austin Casey, Wagwan G.
Also, here are the names of their kids: Carmen Gabriela, Maria Lucia Victoria, and Hilaria Catalina Irina, Rafael Thomas, Leonardo Angel Charles, Romeo Alejandro David, and Eduardo Edupal Lucas.
That is fucking hilarious, bro. That is hilarious. That is muy hilarious. Carmen Gabriela, Maria Lucia Victoria, Hilaria Catalina Irenia, Rafael Thomas, Leonardo Angel Charles, Romeo Alejandro David, Eduardo Edu, Pao Lucas. And they're both white as they come. They're both as American as they come. Nothing Spanish in them whatsoever. The closest they get to fucking Spain is a fucking Spanish omelet when they're going away somewhere on holiday. Back off with this shit. To be fair, I do love it. I'm not gonna lie. I do love it. I do love it. I do love the fakeness. I'm not gonna lie. I do adore how fake she is. I do fucking adore how fake she is. Big up Hilaria Baldwin. Big up Austin Casey. Let's fucking go. Andrew Shabos. I think this is an insult. But Andrew Schultz takes a shot at MYRON and Dan Bilzerian and defends Israel. Let's hear Schultz defending Israel. I don't think this is a defense of Israel, but I think this actual account is a little bit, it's one of those accounts. Let's press play.
Bad. FBI, bad. Israel, bad. Like, we just take these like blanket statements when in reality we don't even exactly.
Jess, Joe soy Alejandro Baldwin, my friend.
My friend. ¿Cómo se dice hombre? Big up NJ Ranger, my friend. I fucking love Hilaria Baldwin. I fucking love that woman. Let's press play.
Know what the relationship is. Like, I hear all these people like online, and please believe they're not geopolitical experts at all. They usually yell at OnlyFans girls, and now they're telling me like exactly what happens in the world geopolitically. Like, they've become like, if you're a guy who used to throw parties and play poker, now you know really what the truth is in the world. So he's like, oh yeah, Israel's controlling us.
That's a fair point to make. He's throwing shots at Fresh and Fit because they have a long-standing beef, but I also think that applies to all his friends and himself. You're not geopolitical experts. You're not political experts. You're not vaccine experts. You're not virology experts. You're barely experts in stand-up comedy. And here you are opining on those type of subtopics. Personally, as much as I say they shouldn't talk about those type of things, I just wish they would approach it from a non-expert point of view. I think it's unfair for me and you and others to tell these comedians not to talk about things that are happening in the world. Because if they just focus on the funny, we would also complain that they're not being aware, that they're detached from reality, that they're leaving, whatever. You know what I mean? We would be upset about it. So the fact that they do try to talk about political topics and things happening in society is fine. Just don't approach it from a very, authoritarian, fucking expert point of view. That's the problem that these guys have. They read a couple of papers, they read a fucking essay on the New York Post, and suddenly they are well read. They listen to a YouTube video, they see one of those quick TikTok infomercial type of things, and suddenly they know everything about what's happening in the Middle East. They know all the ins and outs of what's going on with the war between Ukraine and fucking Russia. They know everything that's happening with immigration here in Europe and in the UK. They know everything in terms of the issues some governments are having with certain parts of the, Muslim, population and shit. It's like, no.
So making us do all this stuff is like, how do we know they're not our errand boys? How do we know when we want someone killed and we don't want our fingerprints on it, we go, yo, BB, do that thing that you were told to do? Like, why are we so quick to believe that we're the ones that are on our knees? I mean, to me, it makes way more sense that America would tell another country far less powerful to go do what needs to be done for our interests. Now, what are those interests? That's where things get a little tricky. Like, those interests might be, lining the pockets of Boeing. I don't know what those interests are, but I think that's a far more believable scenario that nobody even talks about.
Oh, whatever. I guess, you just, hey, let's be open to other ideas. I get it. Big up Schultz. Big up fucking Schultz. Moving on. Is this a form of neurosis, or is she doing the right thing? I'm not too sure what I think about this. What do you guys think? Is this a form of mental illness, or is this young lady, is this woman doing something that we all should be doing. She's on a cruise, by the way. She's on a cruise. Fucking hell. Huh? Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. And the bed. Okay. Bed sheets. You bring your own bed sheets. What? Okay, our own fan. Makes sense. Cool. What is that? It's a humidifier. What the fuck? Oh, what? Yo, this is too much, man. This is too much. This is way too much, bro. You might as well work for the fucking cruise. You might as well get a job there. What is all this? Aren't you meant to relax on a cruise? That's like a half day's work. Is that it? So this lady goes on holiday, essentially, and she's very well known for like basically cleaning her surroundings before she like, you know, enjoys it. So if it's a hotel, a flight, train, she always makes sure to kind of clean her area, and she goes way overboard with it. I think it's a form of neurosis. I'm not gonna lie. It's a form of OCD or something. It's not normal. Big up
Sneaky
Assad.
way of us showing us his vacation vlogs.
Oh my. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. I need choke there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Pick up Assad Aziz, you nearly killed me. Big up Assad Aziz, you nearly killed me. You nearly killed me. Big up Assad Aziz, you nearly killed me. Oh my god. My travel vlogs. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Wow. Alright, cool. Woo. Big up. Assad Aziz. I'm now I'm fucking hiccuping. Next. Not again, please. Go away, lady. Auntie, please. Auntie, please. Enough. No more. Cool. Let's go. There we go. This is a clip taken from Myron's Twitter, sorry. The person quoting it is a little bit of a racist, I think. This is a little bit of a racist statement. But just watch the video clip anyway. Myron in a club saying, "My life is better than yours." Like, I go clubbing. You guys know I like to party. You guys know I like to rave. You guys know I like to DJ. You guys know I like to watch DJs. But I'm not under any confusion that that's not something that everybody likes. Especially like men. We all don't like the same things. Especially these type of things. Why is it that these guys think that all men want this type of lifestyle? Even if you're single. Why do they hold this lifestyle on such a pedestal? Like, what is fun about this? Like, this particular video, this particular clip. Why do they think all guys want? It's very strange. Is it just because of the women? Is it because of the table? Is it because of the drinks? Is it because of the access? The location? Like, what is it about this whole lifestyle that they think all guys want? I don't get it. I really don't. And this is coming from somebody that parties and likes to rave and club myself. It's like, yes, something I like to do, but most people wouldn't want to do the things I like to do because it's a little bit of a waste of time, right? It can seem a little bit irrelevant, whatever. But I don't think it's like the height of masculinity. I don't think it's like it's a thing that people are super envious of doing. It's like, it's so strange. I don't understand it, especially this particular scene. Objectively, it looks kind of boring, you know? All the girls there look like they've been paid to be there. Not gonna lie. They don't look like they're having a best time. The guys are more worried about their content and looking cool. They're sitting around some tasty drinks, good drinks, but they're not even drinking them. So, and the music is fucking garbage. And it's way too bright in there. So, it doesn't even look fun, you know? It doesn't even look fun. So I've always wondered why these guys hold this lifestyle on such a pedestal. I don't even feel like they party well enough, you know? Like, at least make it look fun. At least make it look crazy. At least make it look wild. But their ones don't look that good. Maybe it's my opinion, but it's a very strange thing to obsess and to hold this sort of stuff up on a pedestal when it's just, you know, a bunch of people sitting around a table in a very dimly lit club somewhere. Doesn't look that great to me. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Let's move on. Let's talk about Tfatk. Let's go Tfatk. Where's Tfatk? Let's do the Tfatk and then we'll move on. No, that's not that one. We're doing this one, right? That's not that. Which one is it? There. Boom. Tfatk episode number 1073. Let's go.
This is really the fighter and the kid.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I got stuff to say about that. You want to start with that, or we just want to say hi?
Look at Brendan wearing his Gen Z jeans. Look at Brendan wearing his Gen Z jeans. He's such a trend hopper, isn't it? Brendan is such a trend hopper. Look at him wearing his Gen Z jeans. He wants to be one of the kids. Mate, you're 42 years old. Let it go. Let it go. Look at him wearing his Gen Z jeans. Fucking hell. Have some shame. Have some shame. Gen Z jeans. What next? He's gonna have that fucking haircut with the little curls in the front, right? Oh, fucking hell. Have some shame.
K-Files?
The JFK files have been released. Guys, 80,000 pages, is it? Or something like that?
But this what this
By the way, why does Brian always go? I don't know. Is it me or does Brian look like he's sick when he does clean shaven? Or maybe he does that so he can appear younger. Maybe he doesn't like when he got George's beard because it makes him look older. But he looks way better with a beard. Brian looks way better, I think, and quote unquote more handsome with a beard. I don't know why he fucking has this clean shaven look. Maybe because he wants to do a role or something, but he doesn't look that good. He look like a mummy.
80,000 pages, is it? Or something like that?
But this what the smart people do, way smarter than me. You put those files in the chat GPT, and then you have them give you a summary.
There you go.
And that's what I did.
You did.
Yes.
Very smart. I believe that there's nothing.
People way smarter than me do this. Let me talk about it so that Brian says I'm smart, which is then going against what I said, people that are way smarter than I am. So in a way, I still get my compliment. Even though I'm trying to be self-deprecating, I still get my compliment. Very clever.
Israel.
Here.
What?
It's not Israel.
No, it's crazy. Can you believe it?
But there's nothing in it about Israel, is there?
Oh, you see, you know what you did?
I didn't do anything.
You haven't looked into it?
No, I just...
I don't have a side here. The man's dead. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But it's just confirmation for the hardcores.
I don't have a side here because he's dead. So you can't have an opinion about someone because they're dead. What? Huh? Did you even... I bet he didn't even read the summary, innit? I bet he didn't even read the summary. Whatever summary he got from ChatGPT, I bet he didn't even read it. And he's just going on just headlines. He's so lazy. He's so intellectually limited. He didn't even read the summary from ChatGPT of these fucking JFK files. Oh, what a funny dude.
That the CIA, the Israel, and the mafia basically all work together to get this done.
The CIA and the Israel. Have you ever heard of people referring to Israel as the Israel?
the Israel and the mafia basically all work together to get this done. That's what it. That's what it is. But
Wait,
that's what it is.
Is there a smoking gun there? Did you?
There's really no smoke. It's just they're all in cahoots. Like there's a lot of evidence, especially in like facts, that they were behind it.
Give me. I'm gonna need something.
Hey, Brendan.
I can.
Hey, see what I mean about he didn't read it? You see how he's avoiding talking about it? He's avoiding getting into the details. He's avoiding. Like Brian's asking, hey, can you expound a little bit? Can you elaborate? If you put this into ChatGPT and you got a summary, it should have given you a brief summary, 500 words or something. You should remember the top lining things. And if I'm not mistaken, ChatGPT and these type of AI things, they usually give you bullet points. They usually break it down in like, subcategories or categories with subcategories and sometimes with bullet points. So even if you read just the fucking bold text, you can get an understanding of what's going on. He didn't even read it. He didn't even read it. But he's talking about being balls deep into conspiracies and bruh, can you tell us why you think what you think based on what you've read? Could you maybe expound a little bit? Provide more information if possible? Or you're just going to wait until Chin gets up on the screen and then you're going to read what you saw in the screen? Because you didn't read it and you don't remember anything.
Can point to. You're going to have to give me something.
Well, this one's interesting. Go to... So the CIA requested that redact all the Israel talk in there?
He doesn't know jack shit. He's not the guy that turns up at the fucking school to do a presentation and just starts freestyling at the front, You can tell the first time they've seen the report or the presentations when they put it on the screen. You didn't write that. You didn't write that. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so welcome to my talk.
So many times.
Interesting.
But that one's whatever. Man, now the reason why Israel's important, because remember at the time JFK, he had a meeting, right? And they didn't want him. They wanted to go to war with Cuba. They wanted to give missiles to Israel. And JFK was like, hold up.
That's true. Big up Daniel Clements. That's true. Big up Daniel Clements. Is it chemical pill? No one knows that. Why does his face look so weird? Maybe it's a chemical pill. Yeah, he's got a younger wife as well. So maybe she got him to do a chemical pill. He looks fucking... Or maybe there's some filler there. He looks stretched. He looks smooth, It's a bit scary for me personally. I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit scary. But yeah, maybe it's just a chemical pill.
All the money, it was just this business like warfare was. He's like, I'm not doing any of this shit. Realized CIA was lying to him. He was like, no, I'm not. I don't want to be involved with any of this. And he wanted to shut down the CIA. That's where they're like, oh, we tried to play nice.
He definitely wanted. He definitely knew that
he wanted to
CIA
expose
was
the CIA.
behaving extrajudiciously.
Yes.
They were doing things on their own.
Yeah, and he was like, nah. So he was trying to expose him and basically shut it down. The CIA went, okay, say less. So then Israel wanted nukes. He's like, that's not happening. We're not giving you nukes. That's not happening. And then also in Cuba,
finally, now we're getting it. Maybe he needed to be activated. He's one of the type of people that he needs to see a word. Then when he sees a word, it kind of activates all his memory. So now it's all coming back. So he did read it.
The mafia had big ties into the gambling out there. So they want to take out Castro. And the CIA's like, yeah, we got to go to war with Cuba. And JFK's like, no, that's not on us.
Well, they already tried with the Bay of Pigs before that.
Correct.
Bay of Pigs was
which
huge
he didn't
disaster.
support.
Right.
Which he didn't support, remember. So, I mean, the Israel, trying to take out before these files got released, they want to redact all the mentions of Israel.
That's
and their
very
praise
interesting.
In it. Yeah.
Israel is literally the only thing they're requesting to be redacted.
And it's all over.
And
it's all over.
There you go. That makes sense. That's why they never made them public, because this was pointing to Israeli collusion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mossad.
Wow. Mossad might have assassinated an American president.
It seems like it was, but
that's why Israel couldn't have that out there.
Yeah.
That's a disaster.
But there's no smoking gun that's just one guy and like all.
Well,
so
Jack Ruby, his last name is
Jewish.
Rubenstein.
Yes.
And now he was afraid that the Jews would be blamed for it. That's what he said.
Yeah. But Jack Rubenstein also met with Lee Harvey Oswald a week before the assassination.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
So he knew him?
Big up,
That's a denim mangina.
Yeah,
you know what that is? Gives me nuts.
It's wild how he's wearing like trendy baggy jeans, which is what all the kids are wearing now, and he's still got a denim vagina. That fucking bussy is fucking throbbing, isn't it? That bussy is like a fucking vice. You know, he wearing baggy jeans and it's still fucking, you know what I mean? It's still out here, man. That moose knuckles not fucking. That moose knuckles moose knuckling.
Yes, they knew each other.
There's something here.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh,
You got to look more
here.
into it. It's fun. I think it's fun. You can't change anything. It's fun.
Well, wait a minute.
At this point, it's fun. But then
Jack
also,
Ruby allegedly met with Lee Harvey Oswald at a nightclub weeks before JFK was killed.
yes.
What's that tell you?
And then Jack Ruby was he wasn't high up in the Jewish mafia, but he was like
He was in the
he was in
he
it.
actually had connections to the mob.
Oh, he ran planes for them, sold plane equipment in Texas.
So
And
is
that
it
makes sense
possible
why he's in
Jack
Texas.
Rubenstein was a Mossad asset?
Low level, they didn't want what's interesting about Lee Harvey Oswald is the CIA was tracking him for like 4 years before he did this. So he didn't really have any, it doesn't seem like it. I haven't read through all of it. He didn't really have help, but they intercepted his mail before it came to him and knew he was playing this and just didn't stop it.
But wait.
And now I know you're going to go off on this. I think similar to the Trump assassination, I think they're aware that there was an attempt and they're like, okay, good luck. If it happens, I don't like with Lee. I know you
let me
hear me
just
out.
go with this,
With
let me ask
Lee
you
Harvey
this.
Oswald,
Yeah.
they were tracking him for years.
Yeah.
He's a communist, right? Supports Russia.
Honestly, I love when dumb people get into conspiracy theories because it's one of the only things that can maybe help you or make you sound smart. Because conspiracies naturally involve history. They involve a lot of things about sociology, espionage, politics. Loads of things kind of intersect when you get into conspiracies. But it's just funny that the dumbest people you know are balls deep into conspiracy theories. The dumbest people you know love a good conspiracy theory because it makes them feel smart.
Went out to
So
Russia.
they were tracking him.
For 4 years before all this.
Okay.
He was on the radar like a motherfucker. He never got taken off. They intercepted his mail, was well aware that he wanted to take out JFK.
Okay,
and
so
then
he
went,
did.
Yeah, and then they went, okay.
Okay.
So they didn't help him. They didn't stop him.
So here's the
which
theory.
is basically helping
Here's
him.
the theory then. Is the theory then that they knew that they had this guy who wanted to kill JFK? He was an American who went to Cuba and I think the USSR and all that. Okay. Is it possible, since he met with Jack Ruby, that Ruby was working on behalf?
What a great way to start a very popular comedy podcast, by the way. What a brilliant way to start this, right? What a brilliant way to start a comedy podcast. Let's just get into the weeds. Let's get really minute. Let's get very let's get into the minute details of the JFK files for our comedy podcast fans. This is what they want. They don't want to hear about it from actual people who know what's going on or actual experts in that field or even people who would be described as professional, conspiracy theorists. No, let's go to Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen and let's hear them opine on JFK. Yes, this is what we wanted.
Half of Mossad or Israel, and Ruby said, we want you to kill the president. We're going to set you up here, do this, that, and the other thing. He kills him, and then Ruby knows he's going to kill. Then he has to shoot Oswald to keep him quiet.
Yeah. There's that. And then Ruby was
because obviously
dead in
Ruby
prison.
had to kill him because he knew he was going to be fingered on this.
Yep. Now, what's else interesting? Do you have that other article I sent you, Chin? There's a CIA operative who which one's this? That's the Israeli intelligence. So this one's interesting. This is super interesting. So this is from Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk goes, I think this is the most interesting out of all the documents. So this is from the files. I'm not, just bullshitting here. So he goes, the day after the assassinations, Gary Underhill, who's a major character in all.
Big up NJ Ranger. Appreciate it, bro.
These guys be like, A Jews, 8 Palestine, love Israel. Simple as.
Charlie Kirk, a very smart guy. Candace Owens makes a lot of good points.
I think if these two keep talking about this for another hour, we will finally get to the bottom of it. Let's solve this mystery. Better yet, Chin, pull up the entirety of the JFK files and let's read it. Number 1 podcast.
Exactly. Let's get the PDF reader open. Let's get the alleged PDF to read from the PDF reader. Let's go, bro.
All this. Gary Underhill left Washington in a hurry.
Look up who Gary Underhill is after this. Hold on.
Yo, he works for the CIA. Late in the evening,
Yeah, let's look up Gary Underhill. Let's do that, please. Let's also look up Michael Callan. Let's also look up Michael Callan. Talking about CIA operatives.
Showed up at a home of a friend's in New Jersey. He was very agitated. A small clique within the CIA was responsible, and he says a small clique was responsible for the assassination. He confided, and he was afraid for his life.
And
ready for this?
If Rogan wasn't into conspiracy theories, Bappa wouldn't be town about any of this. Big up Azad.
Of course. That's another very cheeky connection to have with Rogan. Like, you can't let go of UFC because of Rogan. Can't really let go of comedy because of Rogan. Still talks about specials and shit. And conspiracy theories. Great way to be friends with Rogan. Obviously the cars thing as well. So it's funny that he's got a lot of things. Like, remember, what was that quote? Like, everything Rogan likes, I like. All right? So it makes sense. Everything Rogan likes, I like. Imagine being a gross man saying that. By the way, I can't unsee the denim vagina now. I can't unsee that. You see a little flap. God almighty, Brendan, man. God, maybe just pull down the chance a little bit when you sat down. Fucking hell.
Would have leave the country. Less than 6 months later, Underhill was found shot to death in his Washington apartment. Was ruled a suicide.
The coroner ruled a suicide.
Underhill had been an intelligence agent during
Washington apartment.
World War II. Was recognized as authority on limited warfare and small arms.
A researcher and writer on military affairs, he was on a first-name basis with many of the top brass in the Pentagon. He was also on intimate terms with a number of high-ranking CIA officials. He was one of the agency's people who performed special assignments. At one time, he had been a friend of Samuel Cummings of
Hey, Samuel Cummings. That name sounds familiar.
Marco, the arms broker that numbers among its customers the CIA and ironically Klein's Sporting Goods of Chicago, from whence the mail order Carsano allegedly was purchased. The gun.
Yes.
Oh
bought
shit!
The gun from
dude, listen, come on. I'm sorry. Hey, guess what? I want to apologize to everybody because I've always been skeptical.
You have,
and now I 100% believe the CIA was involved. But no, it was the small clique in the CIA which was working with Israel?
Mossad, yeah, Israel, and then also, but
it's only natural that Brian Cannon would be skeptical that the CIA was involved in assassination of John F. Kennedy when you consider that his own dad has some, alleged ties to the CIA. It's only makes sense. But what do I know?
The Chicago Mafia, which is Jewish.
Wait, but then that's high treason because it's not Israel, though, right? It would be the small clique within the CIA, unless the small clique in the CIA is Jewish and they were actually double agents for Israel.
It seems like there was those three corporations were all involved in making sure this got done.
What a pivot, man! Who would have thought this was the pivot they were going to make? Instead of trying to make the show funnier, more entertaining, the pivot they were going to make was all of these right-wing talking points. This is the pivot. Right-wing talking points and conspiracy theories. Like, what is this, man? I'd rather they sit there and talk about Love is Blind. Brendan's used to love reality TV shows. Just talk about reality TV shows. At least maybe you can be funny off that. Like, this is what we're talking about. This. God almighty.
Because Kennedy was against war, against sending nukes to Israel, was trying to shut down the mafia, trying to
wild.
Cuba. Yeah.
This is wild.
It's interesting.
It also makes sense as to why why this has been kept secret for so long, because Israel has a lot of sway over American politics and, for that matter, probably
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and one of the reasons for that is AIPAC, and again, I don't like these conspiracies. And I'm not saying anything anti-Semitic or anything else, but it is true if you are a politician, if you don't show loyalty to Israel, you're going to have a hard time because there's a lot of money that comes from those channels that keep people, you know, as Sheldon Adelson, before he died, you were not running. You were not going to be a Republican senator or congressman unless you kiss that ring.
I mean, you got to give it up to the Israel. I mean, the power.
Let me just
power.
The Israel. Why does he keep saying the Israel? Why does he keep saying the Israel? You got to give it up to the Israel, the United Kingdom, the Greece, the Spain, the Germany. You got to give it up. What? Why do you speak like that?
Yeah, for all you guys out there who don't like Israel and don't like Jews and all that, let me just please say a couple things about that. When you are a tiny minority in the world, and you're responsible for also all the things you guys enjoy, like, I don't know if you like Hollywood, if you like all the stories, half the songs.
You like your freedom? Thank him. Thank him.
Elvis sang, they were written by a Jewish guy who I knew. We can keep going. If you like stainless steel, if you like the Geiger counter, if you like virtual reality, all these things, if you look at the contribution that this tiny minority has given us as innovators, they also knew throughout history that they were always the scapegoat. They were always the one that were going to be killed. Always, always, always. They were blamed for Christ's death and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, if you're
they might be guilty of some of that stuff,
but if you're
it's okay to say that they did some bad things. They're involved in some bad.
But if your survival depends on...
Yo, big up, what's in Casey?
Father brushed up on this topic 20 minutes before the show. His feeble brain will have forgotten all this by tomorrow.
I don't mind, man. I don't mind. I'm just, it's just refreshing to hear him sound like he read something. He's way more passionate talking about reality TV and conspiracies than he is talking about, you know, current topics, current events, and UFC. He's never this, he's never this, wouldn't say even eloquent, he's never this informed when he's talking about the UFC. He's just reacting off something he reads off the screen. He's never this informed or well, quote unquote, read or researched about the UFC. And he used to fight in the UFC. Then he is about conspiracy theory. So this is a breath of fresh air. He's talking absolute shit, but it's a breath of fresh air in itself. Big up NJ Ranger.
This MF, like many of his ilk, is defending Israel by being anti-Semitic. You like Hollywood? Maybe it was a cabal in the CIA loyal to Israel. Man face bombing emoji.
Yeah. Maybe this very small cabal of people have an oversized control on on loads of different industries, but at least you get good movies, right? At least you get theme parks, right? You like cinema, right? You like TV shows, right? Oscars, right? All these things. Thank them. If you have Netflix, you can't be anti-Semitic. Oh, Tfatk K, bro. Zionist defenders, loving it, large.
And, you know, if your survival depends on something.
Yeah.
And you're surrounded by everybody who wants to kill you, you're going to figure out a way to game the most powerful country in the world for your own survival.
Sure.
And that's always been the case. And if you didn't do that, you did what? You went back to the ovens.
Yeah,
hey, well, quick Chen.
What?
Look how
ovens?
pithy Israel are lizard people. Beast of a nation, though. Hell of war ethnic. Pro-athlete war ethnic.
What next? He's going to start saying, did you know, what do you call it? That pizza restaurant didn't even have a basement. So, enough, bro. Enough. We get it. You watched Rumble one time. We get it. You just found out about fucking Ian Carroll yesterday. We get it. You just saw a clip of Ryan Dawson talking somewhere. We get it. Enough.
Of Dachau and Treblinka and Auschwitz. So we can keep going with that. But I see there's a lot of anti-Semitism in the world right now, and there's a lot of blaming Israel.
This ain't going to help.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's not.
No.
It's not. It's a
powerful bunch. You gotta show a little respect.
Well,
powerful bunch.
Creative, innovative.
Powerful bunch.
Over half the white volunteers during the civil rights movement in this country that were there to march for black liberation, over half the white volunteers were Jewish.
Yeah.
How about that?
Powerful bunch.
Okay, how about that? What do you want to say?
Yeah, great innovators, but
bad athletes.
Probably not the best athletes. As my friend his son is Jewish.
Powerful bunch.
His son's Jewish. This great. My friend's son is Jewish, really athletic kid, kicking ass, obsessed with basketball.
By the way, this is not true. This is not true. Because it seems oddly convenient. Brendan mentions Jewish people maybe not being the best athletes, and suddenly Callan has an example. Oh yeah, I know an exact story that fits exactly what you said. He lies just as much as Brendan. He loves this. Oh yeah, my friend. Oh yeah, this billionaire. What? Really? Who? Name them, please. Could you name them?
Oh, his dad goes, listen to me right now. Listen to me right now. We're Jewish. You're not ever playing in the NBA. It's not happening. But have fun.
Could probably
have
own
fun. Get out there and hustle.
You could probably own a team.
Fantastic.
Powerful bunch.
Anyway, this is
okay. Brendan knows how to kill a joke, isn't it? To kill a line. He's gonna beat us to the ground. Is he gonna say this throughout the entire fucking pod?
This is not good for Israel. If this is getting out, this is tough.
Well, you gotta show a little respect. I mean, it's pretty.
A lot of respect.
To be able to pull that off. Powerful bunch.
Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus. You remember when he found out the word boomer? Do you remember when he heard the phrase "okay, boomer"? And he would not fucking let go for like 2 weeks, just continuously beat that fucking phrase to death. I think this is the next one. This is his new "okay, boomer."
Throughout history, super powerful bunch, right?
Very small group of people,
right?
Right.
Powerful bunch.
So let's take a little break.
Yeah.
For years.
Yep. Let's clear our throat as we're about to say the advert, right? Let's not clear our throat before we say the ad. That's probably paying us a decent amount of money. Let's clear our throat just as we're about to talk, just as we're about to shill for Drink AG1. That's when we clear our throat. That's when we decide to clear our throat. Not before, right? Not any time before. We don't loosen up our vocal cords. No. The moment we want to clear our throats is just when we're about to shill for AG1.
Powerful bunch.
So let's take a little break. I know.
Lovely. Great endorsement there. And Brendan walking in mid ad read, by the way. Look at the bare minimum, the lack of care, the lack of effort. Just don't give a fuck, innit? You gotta rate it though. You gotta rate it. How little effort they put into this stuff, but yet they want everyone to think they're experts and they're the best and they're all the money. Bloody hell. Yeah, be up Wingus McDingus. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you for the membership. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for being a member for 5 months. Zinger Nation, every night, all day. You know we're out here. Big up, my guy, Wingus.
Is something I've taken. First of all, I like the way it tastes, but from all the research that
just walk into the frame as the guy's doing the ad read. Just walk in mid-frame. No problem. No fucking problem. Let's skip ahead anyway. We don't care about the ads. Let's skip ahead. Skip ahead. Come on. Skip ahead. Come on, let's go. How long is this ad gonna be for? How long are they talking for, man? God damn. There you go.
With each other.
Yeah, powerful
and
bunch.
either does the world in general. Nobody Russian.
Wingus, about an hour and a half. I've only been on for about an hour and a half, I think. About an hour and a half.
You know, Taiwan and China don't need the Jews to be mad at each other.
Powerful bunch.
Jesus Christ.
All right, I always feel like I
being around the bush.
Oh, here we go. Here's some shilling. Here's some more mid-pod. It always happens around the 20-minute mark. 15-minute, 20-minute mark is when he shills these fucking little bottles. Let's go.
Hey, you're a little
The
off.
Jews.
It's all right.
Yeah. I just,
Here
we
we
live
go.
in a time. I'm going to have myself a magic mind.
Do it.
This episode, sponsored by, this episode of the JFK Files and the inconvenient truth of what's going
It took
on.
them forever to release
Brought
it,
to
though.
you by Magic Mind. Woo! So what else are we going to learn?
It is
This
interesting.
crazy.
Well, the more stuff keep coming up.
You got me all in now.
Yeah, when you're like, there's really no smoking gun. I'm like, God damn it,
Dude.
Brian. No, there's a ton of stuff. But now
I believe
now ChatGPT, they're gonna miss some stuff, and like Grok's gonna miss some stuff. You're gonna get guys like Charlie Kirk and like that Wallace cat who's gonna go page by page and more.
Owens.
Yes, and more and.
So Charlie Kirk and those guys are smarter than AI. Huh. Also, why can't you just read it yourself? If you're balls deep into conspiracy theories, and a document such as the JFK files drops with no redactions, no omissions, if you're that balls deep, wouldn't you want to read the whole thing? Slowly, no matter how long it takes you, wouldn't you want to read it? Because this is a real moment in history, especially for a conspiracy theorist out there. This is like your Super Bowl. Big up Assad Aziz.
Yeah, slurp that mushroom juice to pay for that second family, you old grapist grifter.
Probably, yeah. I feel like it's hard baked. Whenever they get about 15, 20 minutes into the show, bang, Magic Mind, hard baked ad. It's kind of gross. But yeah, I'd imagine because of what it is, it's a probiotic or something, they probably pay a lot. So, he does this because that probably keeps his kids in school and keeps the courts from fucking repossessing his cars. So I get it, but Jesus, so much shilling.
You'll get the nitty gritty on it. Powerful, but
Charlie Kirk is so smart. He's 31 years old. I listen to him.
no college degree.
He's so smart.
Did you hear?
Charlie Kirk is so smart. Who'd have thought someone would say that? Charlie Kirk is so smart. Oh yeah. I'm not too sure about that one.
Absolutely dog walk Newsom.
Oh my God!
I can't get enough of it.
Best thing Newsom could do.
Oh,
get in the belly of the
I think
beast.
it's a Hail Mary. He's lost all notoriety. He's trying to.
The
do
only
his
thing he can do is go, "Hey guys, I was wrong. I'm a Republican now." That's it.
Agree 100%.
And we'd be like, you know what?
He won't.
You and I would be like, you know what? Not a bad guy. If you admit you were wrong, admit you were wrong and that you sucked at what you were doing.
I just don't trust him.
Yeah.
Even if he did that, I'm like, what's his agenda here?
Just
he's a lifeline politician. Yeah, sleazy guy.
Yeah.
Lifeline politician.
Did that, I'm like, what's his agenda here? He's a lifeline politician. Yeah, sleazy guy.
Lifeline politician. He can't even say basic phrases right, innit? Lifeline politician. Okay. You mean lifetime, no? Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
80,000 files. Yeah, I don't have enough time.
There are 6 million pages in total, I read.
You have all the time. You don't do stand-up. You don't have fucking a brand anymore. You barely podcast. You have all the time. Just read it. Don't like these guys, bro. Are you meant to be balls deep in conspiracy theories? Why aren't you reading the whole thing?
No, 80,000.
But a lot of them have already been made.
80,000.
Yeah. These are the big
ones. A lot of them are hard to read.
Yeah.
I started going through. I'm like, this is above my pay grade. I'm not smart enough to.
Hard to read or just you can't read?
Yeah, but you're gonna have people that are gonna parse through this shit.
Oh, Candace Owens is probably halfway through. Yeah, I love her.
Dude, 100%. This is really interesting.
Candace Owens is probably Candace Owens is probably the only black person he actually likes. The one black person he likes is Candace Owens. And he probably doesn't even see her as black, She's American. She's just from here,
He clearly, I think he probably did it, but he was put up to it.
I don't even know if he was put up to it. He also, like, someone made this point, like, if he was a CIA, like, intelligence or whatever he was working with them, he was doing a bad job of laying low. Like, he would do protests for communism. He'd go on radio shows. He'd do all sorts of media. That's not what those guys do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you talk to anybody that knew him, like, he wasn't a very smart guy.
No, of course not.
No.
But it does feel like
Easy
this was
influence.
a CIA thing, not an Israeli thing. Right? I mean,
Yeah. Big up Brendan Murray in the chat. Big up Brendan Murray. Big up everybody else that's on their lunch break at the moment. Big up everybody that's working right now at the moment. Bang your fucking chest. Big up the work crew. Big up the employed crew. Big up the fucking slave crew. Big up the grafters crew. Big up the fucking people them grafting out there, doing way more than these bumbling idiots on screen. Big up, big up.
Well, but I'm saying, there was a tight group within.
Of course, it feels that way. It wasn't a tight group. It's mainly all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in the CIA, there's a small cabal of people that were like the CIA within the CIA.
By small, you mean all of them, but then there's a group that actually did the action.
We got Wingus.
Candace Owens equals anti-Tom.
Fucking Auntie Tom is fucking hilarious. Auntie Tom.
Yeah.
And working with the mafia. And
they got a guy. They got a patsy.
Israeli.
They got a patsy, a guy who was not that smart, who was ideologically bent. Lee Harvey Oswald.
Easy scapegoat.
Yeah.
Like, look what he did.
Yeah. They set him up there.
Yeah,
Jack Ruby.
Easiest scapegoat. You mean easy scapegoat? What?
Wald.
Easy scapegoat.
Yeah.
Like, look what.
Easy scapegoat. Scapegoat.
He did.
Yeah. They set him up there.
Yeah,
Jack Ruby got him the gun. Jack Ruby was working for the CIA or Mossad.
Jack Ruby was in the mob.
Okay, but
low-level mob.
So, what I'm saying is that this talk about Israel being involved doesn't make a lot of sense, though. If it
does
because
they were all working together. Okay. They all wanted one common thing: to get rid of JFK.
Okay.
They wanted nuclear bombs in Israel, which JFK was against.
Oh my God, bro! Can we move on yet? Fucking hell!
They wanted to go to war with Cuba, which JFK was against.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to shut down the mob. And he was also against Vietnam. Like he saw how much money, how opportunist the CIA could be in warfare, and he's like, nah, man, I'm not doing this shit. Powerful bunch.
Oh my God! Please stop.
Interesting.
Yeah, man. Dark.
Real dark.
Dark.
One document described how the CIA was tracking a Cuban national named Amfuna I, who was sent to Cuba in 1961 before establishing a network of at least 20 people who helped drop over 50 reports.
Oh, what else is interesting? We found out that the mob was helping train Cuban people on American soil to overtake Cuba.
Yeah, that's right. That I knew that.
Yeah. But it's good to see in official documents like, holy shit. Oh, I'm the weird conspiracy guy now. Where you at now, Brian?
I'm right
Powerful
with you.
bunch.
I'm right with you.
Oh my God, man! Please.
I'm right with you, dude. I am so. There is clearly CIA involvement. Wow, dude. So
it's interesting.
So,
huh?
and the Warren Commission had all the sort of like all the people that were
Warren Commission. They're behind it. Yeah. It's like Diddy. Wow. You know,
look at Trump.
Looking for evidence.
Trump's going to go down in history as a man who really disrupted the world in a good way.
He's doing work.
He's doing
work.
I mean,
you see Elon talking about how the deep state wants to take him out because he's uncovering all this fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. Powerful bunch.
Of course, the deep state want to take him out because he's the hero. Of course, in Elon's narrative, in Elon's mind, he's the hero. Of course he is. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's getting scary. But he has enough money where he could, figure it out.
Wow. Roughly 98% of the files have been made public. Woo! Dude.
What's the 2%?
And then I want to see the Jeffrey Epstein
What's
thing.
the 2% they're hiding? We'll never get the Epstein list.
Why?
I think there's current government officials on it.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Well, that's
on both sides.
Yeah, but
and
that's
they're like,
yeah, but Epstein's a Mossad agent. There's no doubt Epstein was working for Israel.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that the names on that list will compromise both sides. So I think the one thing
not compromise.
But I'm just saying that the names on that list will compromise both sides. So I think the one thing both these sides agree on is not releasing that list.
That's
like,
so
hey,
interesting.
it's not good for you. It ain't good for us. Right? Can we both Not
They
release
probably
this?
destroyed all the pages or something.
Yeah, yeah.
What a scandal. What a fucking scandal.
But they told us it'd come out, and then someone pulled the cord at the last second. No. Hold up.
Wow.
Not happening. Remember?
Because
They're like tomorrow at noon it's coming out.
Because this was
and
a
it was all
honeypot.
over Fox, all this
was,
shit.
So release Ghislaine Maxwell. Release her. If she's the only one in jail, what's going on? How come we haven't heard from her?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna put she's in jail and nobody else is. Interesting. Nah, it's either all or nothing.
What's scary is what's the 2% they're not releasing? That's probably the smoking gun. There's probably more than one shooter.
I mean, I'm amazed that they were able to keep this a secret for so long. I'm amazed.
They didn't, but they're also, if you go through it, they're also very aware on how skeptical America would be, and they're worried about it. Like, fuck.
Well, now.
Oh, even before.
Now I want answers. I want answers.
You know, you got your answers. You got to read through 80,000 pages.
Well, they will.
I'll wait for Candace to do it, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the way the world works.
Damn.
Let me ask you guys, why do you think they're releasing it now? Like, what benefit is to...
I think Trump is just a disruptor. I think Trump is a guy who is like, I want to know too. And
I think he's not from their system and was like, hold up. Let me show you how crooked the government's been in the past and tried to put me away for life. Other false pretenses.
They tried to kill him.
Yeah. And they tried to kill him. So he's like, this isn't new.
Yeah.
Like, this has been done before. This is what animal I'm dealing with.
Yes.
The government's done this before. The Democrats tried to do it to me. Check it out. You guys want to rally, fucking Biden, all this shit. Also, what's interesting is JFK was saying how Biden, even back in the...
What the fuck is he talking about? What the fuck is he talking about? You want to rally? What? ¿Cómo? ¿Qué?
Day was a piece of shit. That's in those documents too.
Well. By the way, I don't think Biden was actually in power. JFK didn't say that.
I'm sorry, not JFK. The son who died in the plane crash. That's in the files. Yeah.
John F. Kennedy Jr.
Yeah.
So one of the things to keep in mind is that Trump, when he was in office 2016 and 2020, the one thing he figured out very quickly was that people in government on the Republican and Democratic side did everything they could to sabotage him and called him a moron and a dummy behind his back and did a lot. And so
people on the right.
He also didn't know how government worked. He went in there and they assigned him people that he realized were not
helping
behind him.
Yes.
So the second time he went in, he got Susie Wiles, a Washington insider, respected on both sides there, a complete badass. Susie Wiles, his chief of staff, a badass, and respected deeply in Washington by everybody. And Susie said, I'm going to take care of you. I know what to do here. And so then he said, I'm going to get loyalists in there. I don't trust any of these motherfuckers. I'm only going to get people like, Kash Patel and these guys. So that'll come with its own liability. He's a little underwater in the economy and inflation.
It'll bounce back.
But at the same time, when you want to disrupt shit, you're taking money out of the mouths of some very powerful people. And you're taking power away from some very powerful people.
Yes, which they don't like. And,
and the only way you're going to ever disrupt a leviathan like the United States government that only keeps growing is with a guy who's on the outside who comes in and goes, you know what? Just for you guys, Biden's own accounting office in 2023 did an accounting. That's Biden, a very preliminary audit of the 70 government agencies.
Comedy podcast.
That had programs. There was $236 billion of irregular payments and outright fraud.
It's the way they've always done it.
$230 billion.
This shouldn't be surprising. This is how they've always done it.
Yeah.
So you have an outsider going, hold up, this is insane. I just get, whether you're on the left or right, how do you not support this?
People are starting to say...
Maybe you can hate Trump, whatever, I can understand I can hate him, but just from sheer fact as an American, you're like, hold on, our tax dollars are going to what? And they want to cut down on the budget with all this fraud, all this bullshit, all this
The
crap.
truth is really inconvenient sometimes. The truth,
bro.
So,
but the gas prices are down, but in certain areas, if you don't pay attention, like I filled up over here in Calabasas, where most people don't give a fuck whether $1. I'm filling up my Hummer, right? In diesel, dude, it was $7.78 per gallon.
Wow.
I get the $175. I went, what? Because I didn't notice, because diesel's usually $5 here.
Yeah.
In my neck of the woods, it's $5. Because you're in Calabasas, yeah, but lower than what it was when Biden was president. And then 85 is $3. But depending on
everything that's going right is Trump. Everything that's going wrong was Biden. That's how it works, right? Everything that's going right, Trump. Everything that's going wrong, Biden. Great, good to know.
the area you're in, I just figured it was the same everywhere. I eat the $175. I'm like, what the fuck? I look, it's only 22 gallons.
You know,
I'm like,
trucks have to
this
run
ain't
on that.
good.
That's why a lot of trucking companies go out of business.
Yeah.
When the price of diesel goes up, my friend's company went out of business.
Yeah, it's wild. Wow. Let's take a break, B, because when it comes to college basketball and March Madness,
please give us something entertaining. Please, for the love of God.
Including the mainstream.
Entertaining.
Olivia.
What's the other sections? Let me skip.
let's offer to bring the pair home. So
yeah, but that was
this was
Elon
also
Musk's
confirmed
offer, and that's a real liability. That's a big. That we don't know
to
what
get him
exact,
down.
Yeah, we don't know how serious it was. We don't know how possible it was. I think
now Elon said this on Rogan I did the same offer to Biden's cabinet as I did Trump's. He goes, I can get them down, and Biden wanted to wait.
Did we talk about the?
No, you got to acknowledge that, B.
What's
I know
that?
you want to defend all the shit.
No, because you can't because when a private citizen with their company says I can get them down, that's an offer that we don't know if that's for publicity. I think NASA probably said it's a lot more complicated than that. It's not a good gamble.
But Brian,
that's what I think.
He did it. He didn't do this in part with NASA. Elon got him down yesterday, bud. You don't know what the fuck you're talking
Oh,
about.
he brought him down?
Yes.
Okay.
Same exact offer.
Okay.
You know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, I don't know the detail.
You both don't know what you're talking about. That's the beauty of this show. You both don't know what you're talking about.
I don't like headlines because those are things I leave. Maybe you're right.
I'm telling you I'm right. I had Chin bring this up. I'm telling you off on this.
I'm telling you I'm right.
Elon's literally on Rogan I can get them down. But he was like, I couldn't even, he's not there.
Got it.
You're dealing with these people, and they wanted to wait on it for some political reason. And Rogan goes, that's insane. He goes, that's what I said. Let's just get them down, and then you can announce it
How about
whenever you
being
want.
stuck in that capsule? How long were they out there for?
Oh my God.
Way too long.
Over a year, right?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Now. By the way, how about this? How about the they're in the top of the Arctic Circle where the winds are 100 miles an hour, and it's a minimum of 25 degrees below zero. Do you know about this?
Yeah, you're in space, don't you?
No. This is in the Arctic Circle.
Oh.
And
that was actually kind of funny. That was actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
100 miles an hour, and it's a minimum of 25 degrees below zero. Do you know about this?
Yeah, you're in space, don't you?
No. This is in the Arctic Circle.
Oh.
And there's a guy who's going crazy, and they can't. 9 months. Fuck you. No thanks. No thanks. Do you know how long that is?
Yeah, I do. It's 9 months.
In a capsule, and he got him down?
Again, you can hate on Elon, but you got to give it up here. You don't have to do this. You know how expensive that is?
I love that his brain is so simple. The guy does do good things, but then he also does awful things, or he says awful things. People are allowed to pull him up, be annoyed, get offended for the bad things that he says, or even judge him for the bad things that he does and says. It's perfectly okay. Even if they're misinterpreting it. He says some dumb shit. He does some good shit. People call out the dumb shit. Sometimes people overlook the good shit. That's the problem with sometimes saying some dumb shit. It is what it is.
You know how much resources that took to get those people down?
Wow. So Biden didn't want to give Elon Musk any. I see.
But Elon's whole thing, he was like, who gives a fuck with our relationship? There's American people stuck up there. Let's get them down. He's like, nope.
Wow. Okay.
And then Trump went, I don't give a fuck. Get them down.
Yeah. So
get them down.
So the
it's all political.
Bring up. This is awful. Now think about this. They've been there. This team of scientists have been stuck in the Arctic Circle, and you can't go outside even for fresh air because it's too cold. So they've all been in this cabin.
Do you have to wait till how long? When's it chill
10
out?
more months, and there's a guy who's going crazy and threatening to kill them with an axe.
Oh well, that's not good.
A team of scientists trapped in isolated Arctic base for 10 months. One of them just attacked and threatened others.
He's probably sick of this shit.
We got fast forward it, man. It's too much. So. What did he say here? What is he laughing about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Sasso sent me a voice message yesterday.
Good bet.
And it was just him farting.
Hilarious.
And I go, what the fuck? And then I just got this. Sorry.
Describing our text messages. New low for the show. Describing a text message. New low for this show.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, we get them out.
Yeah, I just don't do that though. What are you researching? Don't do that. I just don't know how some scientists can do that shit. I'd be like, see ya.
They research climate and
From
stuff
a
like that.
psychological perspective, it's a very, very lonely place. There's very little interaction with humans or animals. So if you're in a camp or a research center, you're with those people 6 months, if not a year. Yeah, no thanks. Everything becomes heightened. It's all white. There's no color, no noise, and nothing you would see as normal. So everybody's behavior, including your own, gets magnified, and the little things become the big things. Oh, look at this. Yeah, this guy went crazy with an axe 6 years ago. Kind of tore up his whole place.
Yeah, don't go up there though, you know?
I'm not interested.
Sounds like they'll be all right. They just got to lay low. It's not like you're in space.
You know what they say about
space people are way
alpine,
worse.
when guys who climb mountains, like they try to get to the top of Everest, you know what they call that? The art of suffering. Fuck off.
Nah, not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't do that.
No.
What else you got, Jen?
Let's start with this real quick.
Yeah, please. Current events.
Have you guys heard about this chicken bone shooting thing?
No.
So someone got in a fight over a chicken bone, and here's the thing, and that person got shot.
Is this a black thing? Is this a black thing? Because we're gonna get some dicey comments from Brendan. If so, if this involves black people, this could get dicey. If this story involves some negros, this could get very dicey very quickly with Brendan's not so subtle racism.
The person that I'm gonna let this play because it's way better. I want to know your thoughts on this after we hear this.
Turmoil outside a Safeway parking lot.
Big up, Austin Casey. Wagwan Jew.
Brian be like a research center for 10 months? Am I allowed to grape the women?
No phones? Fuck you know.
Spirals into even more violence.
I was in the military. I never got shot, but I get shot.
Oh, thank God, thank God. It's not white people. It's not black people. Thank God, thank God, thank God.
The Army veteran says he just got off work at a nearby business when he and his coworker bought Safeway's Monday night cheap chicken deal and were eating in a car parked outside the grocery chain.
And I was throwing my chicken onto the ground outside my window, so I didn't get any mess in my.
By the way, just in general, what is it with America? What is it with all the madness going down in like supermarket car parks and like petrol stations, gas stations? Why does so much passa? Why does so much argy-bargy, so much like life or death situations seem to occur in the parking lot of a fucking supermarket or at a fucking petrol station? Like, why are those places so dangerous?
Worker's car.
That alone, what do you think?
Littering.
You don't deserve to get shot.
No one
That's not
deserves to
littering.
get shot.
That's not littering.
It is.
I think it is.
How's it littering?
It's
Damn
actually
it,
littering.
Brent.
What's the definition
Throwing
of
a
littering?
chicken bone
Even though
outside.
it's biodegradable,
It's
you can't really show
biodegradable.
it out.
But that's still littering.
What's the definition? What's the definition of littering? You know, this is where we're at.
It's littering. Okay, so anyway.
Hold on.
You gotta take
So this is a
No, hold on. If you throw an apple core out the window, you guys consider that
I wouldn't throw
littering?
any
It's
food
actually
out the
still
window.
littering, actually.
Look at Brendan. Of course, Brendan's going to be arguing because you know Brendan's definitely a litterer. You know Brendan's definitely the type of person who's throwing mad shit out of his window. For sure. If you throw an apple core, bro, anything you throw out your window is littering. Just put it in a bag and then throw it in a bin. It's not that big of a deal, bro. Like, honestly, like, this guy throws whole fucking big gulps out of the window for sure.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
I wouldn't throw any food out the window.
If you throw an apple core and you throw your chicken bones
it
out,
says yes.
It's still on the ground.
Littering is generally defined as...
You'll get a
Oh,
fine.
no, I know the gay rule. I'm saying in here, if it's biodegradable, are you thinking you're making the planet worse
Let's
by
throw
throwing
chicken
your
bones on the ground here then. Let's throw...
Biodegradable. Oh, my God, bro. What the fuck is wrong with this guy's head? Is this his justification for throwing stuff outside on the floor? I know it's not even like an environmental thing. It's just like, just put it in the bin. Like, what's so hard about putting stuff in the bin as opposed to just throwing it out the window or just throwing it on the floor? I guess certain places don't have a lot of bins. Maybe it's different, but just put it in a bin somewhere. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Biodegradable.
Well, no, we're not outside,
in
Chin.
a parking lot,
you can throw chicken bones.
So hold on, Chin. When you're camping, do you the chicken bones, all the fat and stuff?
Different.
There's a bin.
Even though it's different?
There's a bin. Aren't there bins at camping sites? Look at his face. Look at his face. He can't believe that Chin makes an effort to throw away chicken and bones and stuff in the bin. He just, what would you do? Just leave it on the floor? Surely when you go camping, part of the whole thing of camping is like looking after the space, no? I only know this from camping and festivals, so please forgive me. But when you go to a festival, part of the thing is that you go and set up your tent, but then also part of the thing is taking down your tent and taking away your rubbish. Like, you all do it. So like the whole idea behind it is that if I take away my rubbish, you take away the neighbor takes away their rubbish, we can clear this whole place up so we don't leave litter, you know? So we don't fuck up the fucking landscape. We don't fuck up nature. But I'm sure when you're camping, that's also a big part of camping. Looking after the space that you're in and just keeping it clean. Which is why most campsites, if I'm not mistaken, usually have a bin next to them where you can just like put your rubbish at the end of it. You have to do it at the time you're camping, but at least at the end before you leave and you pack up, just put all the bin in one bag and throw it in there. How big of a deal is that?
I clean up everything. The stuff I don't clean up,
bring it back with you.
No. So if I fillet fish, gut a fish, I'll throw it back in the lake.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Listen. In a parking lot, you can't throw your chicken.
Yeah, that's just fucking.
Oh, I don't get.
That's not cool. It's just not cool.
It's a law, and there's
no. I get the law. There's not a gay law.
You don't want to be walking around with
the
chicken
trash
bones,
everywhere. I agree.
Yeah, and apple cores.
But
just throw in a bin.
Guy.
Well,
Brendan's such an idiot. So, but if you're one guy, and then other guys do the same thing, that equals two guys. Then another guy does it. That's 3. Suddenly there's thousands. But if we all throw away our rubbish, guess what? There's no rubbish on the floor. Don't get me wrong. Landfills aren't any better. But surely the last thing you want is to be driving through a car park lot and you're kind of, driving over fucking people's debris, carcasses of fucking chicken bones and whatever else it may be. I don't even understand why this is even a topic. It's such a non-issue. Just throw your shit in the bin. Brendan's arguing against throwing. Imagine Brendan's so redacted. He's arguing against throwing stuff in bins, which also explains a lot about that studio. If that studio didn't have a cleaner, oof, that studio would smell fucking funky because Brendan spits his nicotine pouches on the floor, and he just comes in next day expecting it to be clean. Lucky they have a cleaner for that building and that studio. If they didn't rent out a studio that had like a cleaner included in the price, that place would smell and look funky. You know it, because one day Brian Cannon is spitting out, the muffin that Sanaz made because he didn't like the taste. Another day Brendan's spitting out fucking nicotine pouches on the floor. God Almighty, what a weird person.
Let's keep listening.
This is so funny.
It's fine.
Another driver parked next to them and accused Grant of throwing chicken bones at her vehicle.
He opens up the car and steps onto some chicken, and she's like, why is there chicken on the ground? And she looks over at me and is like, are you serious, man? You're throwing chicken onto the ground? And I'm like, who cares? Leave me alone.
So this is where the shooting happens.
The argument escalated when the other driver took scissors and tried slicing Grant's tire.
Oh, wow.
I jump out of the car and I tackle her to the ground and I put her into citizen's arrest.
The chaos captured on his coworker's cell phone.
Tires, 3820, Greater Avenue South. You're under arrest.
Oh,
so you can see her gun right there.
Grant says he didn't even realize the gun he see pointed at his head in the other driver's hand.
She was gonna shoot him in the head.
Let off just a little bit, because I don't want to choke her. I just want to stop her, restrain her, so the cops come.
He didn't see a gun.
He is on the phone with 911.
Like none of them see the gun.
One do chicken at yourself. You stepped out on some chicken and got mad at me and started throwing some. Let go.
Oh.
Grant is shot in the leg.
Oh.
Another woman is seen coming, but apparently not to help Grant.
What are you doing? She just shot me. She just shot me. She just shot me. Get hospital.
Why aren't you helping me? Why are you helping her? And that's when my coworker runs over and pulls her.
Hey, coworker, quit shooting and help.
I mean, quit. Yeah, videotape.
On South Andover Street, then north on Rainier.
I just want you to know.
So she's willing to shoot somebody over chicken. She's willing to shoot somebody over anything.
While Grant recovers in the hospital, he worries about his family and mounting medical bills.
I have 3 children. I have a mother-in-law that lives in our
Here comes the grift. Here comes the GoFundMe grift.
house, so I have to get back to work as fast as possible.
I just want you to know, in that situation, I'm doing everything I can to knock that fucker out. I want to find some auto.
Oh, he wants to beat up women now, huh? Allegedly R-word them and beat them up now. Go on, Callan. Go on, brother. Go on. Let us know what you do to that lady. Let us know. Oh my God, this guy. Hold on, let's fast forward a little bit. Fast forward. Let's fast forward. Fast forward. Part this O'Reilly thing. Let's fast forward. But if you're liking the stream, please like down below. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel, join, become a member, all that good stuff. Like, subscribe, join, Discord, all that good shit.
Well, very not available in all states and situations.
That's where you're no longer a girl.
Oh,
you're no longer a girl, no longer a guy. You're a human being trying to kill me.
Yeah,
and I'm going to try to break your arm and punch you in the face.
When you shot
and she just shot him in the leg because she would have shot him in the face.
She's a crazy person.
Yeah.
And she should go to jail.
She's definitely crazy. But
she should go to jail for that.
So anyways, he has a fundraiser out for GoFundMe, and guess how much he's what do you think he's at right now?
300,000.
300,000?
No, I hope a lot.
I bet you he's at like 70K max.
No.
So the goal was 12,000, I believe. $30 raised.
Good. He's even got his fucking stupid sad boy face on. Next time, don't throw stuff out the window. What happened is horrible, obviously, but don't throw shit out the window. Simple as that. Go on, Tfatk K Army, support him.
I'm gonna.
There's only
I'm
been
gonna give
3
money.
donations.
I'm giving. I'm giving money.
No, come on, dude. I mean, okay, first of all, the guy's obviously doesn't deserve to be shooting. No shit. But just don't throw chicken bones out. And that girl's obviously crazy.
No. He's got no. If he doesn't have money, he
I
didn't
can't
deserve
believe
that.
how caught up you guys are on him throwing chicken bones out.
Dude,
he got shot, Chin.
I'm not
honestly,
even
Brett,
remotely
he
worried
got
about it.
shot.
No,
buddy.
but if I saw someone throwing chicken bones out of the car, I would probably be like, "Hey, bro, come on, dude."
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Why?
It doesn't
I
matter.
I would turn my head so slow and go, "Don't be a pussy," and then roll my window up.
That's where we are as people, though, isn't it? Right? That's what society is where it's at the moment, isn't it? Because it's like, do you think he has like a conspiracy theory against like bins and stuff? Is he like one of those people that thinks, oh yeah, what's the point of throwing stuff in bins? It all ends up in a landfill. It's like, but why are you throwing your stuff on the floor if you can just neatly put it into a bin? Yes, maybe the way they dispose of it and process it isn't the most environmentally sound way to do it. But for what we have available, I'd rather have shit in bins than shit on floors. Just neatly arranged. Even if there's bins arranged in the pile somewhere. At least they're in a pile somewhere. But just not on the floor, strewn across the ground. This is the same guy that complains about homelessness and all this sort of stuff. But surely you want to keep your streets clean. Just put stuff in bins. It's not that difficult, is it really?
Dumb piece of shit tried to slash his tires too. It's like
that woman's absolutely
She should have been
crazy.
face
She
planted.
shot a dude in the leg over a freaking chicken. Obviously, she's out of her mind.
That picture ain't helping him though.
It's not.
That
helping.
picture makes
Let's
you
change
not
your
want to
picture.
donate.
Put some glasses on.
Yeah. Act like you're passed out.
He's looked like
have some chicken.
He looks sad, so he did that on purpose. Like, oh, but
You know, it's
whatever.
not. It's not the best pick.
Poor guy's trying to get a discount meal. And
It's just funny when he says I threw chicken.
That
bones
bitch
out
is
there.
crazy.
She's absolutely.
she doesn't look very like
stable.
Well, you know she's not stable if she's
No.
slashing her tires over chicken.
Yeah,
She's definitely
an
like
asshole and should get like put in jail.
Dude, I'm not gonna say the guy's name, but when I was training for the NFL, when I was getting ready for the combine, I was driving this very famous football player, and he would just eat fast food all the time, and would just take the wrap. We'd be driving, take the wrappers, just throw it out the window. I'd be like, "Hey man," it was just litter nonstop. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Hold on. So 1 minute you're defending your right to throw shit out the window, but because you're feeling a little bit, ganged up on, maybe you feel a little bit mocked. Now suddenly there's a story of you driving a famous football player around and he was throwing stuff out the window and you were pulling him up on it and like, hey man, why are you doing that? What? Extra doubt for this entire story.
Like littering like that. I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Didn't give a flying fuck. I've never seen anything like
I've
it.
seen that all the
Just cans, whatever, just out the window. Didn't even think about it. Just out the window. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah. That's Brendan's North Star. That guy doesn't exist, but that's Brendan's North Star.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. And New York is the craziest that way. After certain parades, like all due respect, the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York City, and I love Puerto Ricans.
They always find a way to be racist on this show, innit? They always find a way to be racist. There's an example just previously of a white dude getting involved in a scrap because he threw some chicken bones out of a window. But let's talk about how dirty the Puerto Ricans are. Let's talk about how dirty and literary Puerto Rican people are. That's what we need to do.
Love Puerto Ricans.
Is there a lot of trash?
But it's after that parade, the trash is so crazy. It's so crazy.
Well, I'm sure it is
People
not
are
just during
partying.
Puerto Rican parades. Even the New York Times, like
100%.
like during the fucking New
100%.
Year's celebration.
The New York Times. Even during the New York Times.
Puerto Rican parades. Even the New York Times, like
100%.
like during the fucking New
100%.
Year's
It's
celebration.
just if
All the
you're
confetti.
from New York, if you're from
New Year Times, New Year's Eve, same thing. Big up Bob Martinez.
Not gonna lie, PR father tosses right out window.
Yeah, of course, duh. I'm sure they do. But it doesn't matter. A white guy just did it earlier. They didn't say too much. They defended him, but suddenly the Puerto Ricans are the dirtiest. Big up my dirty Puerto Ricans out there, all right? Big up my dirty Puerto Ricans out there.
New York,
confetti?
you'll know what I'm talking about because
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans right now are laughing because
Yeah.
it's like
What else
crazy.
you got, Jen?
Actually, scratch that. Just take that out.
What?
Why are you so worried about this? When you such a so soft?
Yeah, it's fine.
Because you said Puerto Rican parades. There's a lot of trash.
Yeah,
No, and that makes me think. I just got reminded of.
But it is. It's a lot.
What are you doing, Brian?
Sorry.
The fuck is going on?
Right. No, so tell me how you would react to this because you're used to fish, right? A lot.
That was a nervous tick, by the way. Brian got nervous. He thought his career was going to be over because someone's going to clip him saying Puerto Ricans are dirty. I guess because he was getting nervous about the Tony Hinchcliffe joke. Tony Hinchcliffe said, there's islands of trash floating around Puerto Rico. And Brian Callen thought his whatever he's got left of his career was going to go away. He got nervous there. He pulled out his phone.
So there's a place called Moscow Park. It's like a little park in Santa Ana, California. I saw some guy catch, what bluegill are? The little sunfish.
Yeah.
He would catch these fish, and then he didn't want to take them off the hook with his hands, so he would slam, boom, boom. He would kill him to get him off the hook. He did it multiple times, and guess what? I was like, What the fuck are you doing? And we got an actual physical fight over that. Would you say something about that?
Well, hold on, Chip. But is he eating the fish?
No,
or
he's just throwing him away.
Oh no,
killing him.
That would drive me nuts. I don't know if I'd say anything.
Drive me nuts.
Dude, I literally ran over. Like,
how many was he killing? Like Jeffrey Dahmer style? Like,
I'm pretty sure I saw at least 3.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say. It depends how. If he was right next to me, I'd be like, dude, you're just gonna kill the fish and just throw him back in. Like, that's not what we do. If he was like, shut your fucking mouth, I'm like, fair point.
We literally got an actual fight over bluegill. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, just wondering what you would have done.
Shouldn't like Captain Save-A-Ho, man.
I just, for me, like, I don't know. If I'm gonna get in a fight.
No, now I would not do shit.
I'm gonna do
I
whatever.
know too much now.
If I'm really gonna go, I'm gonna go because I'm afraid of a knife or a gun.
Now, yeah.
Like, I'm gonna fucking go. Like I feel
when
like
you're younger, you don't know what's gonna happen.
No, you don't think of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Catching the fish, killing him, and then just tossing him.
Because he didn't want to touch the fish. Like what a
what a bitch.
Yeah.
Then why
this is like this is like people that like grab cops, like start wrestling with a cop, put their hands on a cop. Like don't. That is the craziest shit you could ever do because that cop has no idea. First of all, there's a gun in the situation.
Well, the cop's already assuming you're.
There's a gun in the
gun.
situation.
Yeah.
If he gets knocked out, he can die.
I don't know if that's like a horrible problem, Brian. I don't know if a lot of people are wrestling
You
cops.
see people do it, resisting arrest, and they start fighting with the cop. It's like, dude, you are going to get shot, and if you don't, you're lucky.
Well, if they don't, they cry racism, and it's like, okay, yeah, you had no response.
What the fuck is going on? How did we get to insulting? How did we get to like this Puerto Rico and black people racist hour? What the fuck is going on here? How did it go from like white guy throwing chicken bones out of a window to Puerto Ricans are very dirty and black people are always saying they're victims of police brutality when they keep resisting arrest? What?
Responsibility? No responsibility? Thought fighting a cop was going to work out for
turn
you?
into a black guy? I didn't say that. I said it was just if you. There are a lot of people that grab the cop.
Sure.
I didn't say anything.
I'm just going by numbers.
Hey.
Baba is anti-Ben, anti-electric, anti-black.
Jesus Christ, bro. This show, man. Sometimes I do wish they were more famous so they could get cancelled. I do wish that because it'd be funny to see them squirm, having to explain themselves. Brendan getting on Instagram Live, trying to apologize, trying to seem sincere. But they're so irrelevant, right? No one really cares about what they have to say. They just, it goes away. But it'd be so funny if they were to get cancelled somehow and people were raging about this clip on Twitter or something. That'd be so fucking funny.
What?
There are a lot more white, actually, people that have wrestling matches with cops, actually, believe it or not, than black people.
Well, duh.
Do you know that statistically? A lot more.
Really?
Yes. Yes, a lot more. A lot more white arrests, and population numbers also. So, yes. And more unarmed.
Look at his face. Look at his face. What a fucking piece of shit. Oh, yeah. The smugness in that face. God almighty. Big up Fetty Wap. Pharmaceuticals. I don't wish any ill will, but if Shorb and Joanna don't work out, I hope that she leaves for the darkest black dude. Epic. Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard one. I think clips like this is why I start to understand why some of you people in the stream chat, I don't really have this feeling because I feel like I just like to enjoy laughing at these people. But I do understand why some people in the stream chat, some people on the fucking Tfatk Reddit, and the homeless cats in general, they want the worst for this guy. I see why they want the worst for him. Big up Austin Casey.
Me and friend were getting arrested, in our 20s, and he pulled his arm away from the cop and accidentally elbowed a cop behind him in the nose. The cops proceeded to beat the hell out of him.
Yeah. It's not even like, we all know, innit? Like, we know the deal. Like, I've had occasions in my life when I was younger where a fight breaks out. Maybe I'm involved, let's say. But then by the time the police get there, I stop. Like, they don't see me fighting. They see other people fighting who are not the same race as I am. But because I'm standing there, I get like Goldberg speared into the ground and have like 7 guys on top of me trying to fucking restrain me while the people that are fighting by the side. Happens all the time. which is why a lot of black people tend to kind of like, you know, if there's a bit of argy-bargy going on, you just kind of walk past. Because you know when the police come, they're going to be way more heavy-handed with you than other people. They're going to grab your arm. They're going to twist it. They're going to just immediately assume that you were the aggressor, even if you were the victim. There's a very famous clip, actually, that went viral during the race riots here in the UK, right? When all the fucking crazy white people here were misled in believing that, you know, the greatest enemy against them was foreigners or some shit, right? A lot of people online, I think it was a very influential time. I think some kid in like Sweden started some sort of meme that got a lot of white nationalist people really riled up, and they all went on these like, you know, crazy fucking protests and, you know, whatever, tearing up the city and stuff in all different parts of the UK. They were doing it here in London. And it's unfortunate because a lot of them got locked up for a long time. Some of them just for tweeting and shit. It was a bit crazy. But I remember one particular video of these white guys surrounding this like small black guy in a city centre somewhere in England. And they all rushed him. They all jumped on him and started beating him up, right? Clearly because he's black. And he was getting fucking dog walked, right? Obviously, because there's one small black guy against like 6 other white dudes. And then, right, he gets up and tries to fight back. As he's trying to fight, like, he's getting beaten up for the majority of the clip. He tries to fight back. As he tries to fight back, that's when the police come into the picture. And they rush him. They rush him. And basically, you know, restrain him on the ground. And his face is all lumped up and bloody. He's like, they just fucked me up. They just beat me up. And everyone runs away. But he's the one that gets arrested. So he got beaten up by a bunch of people. And then once he gets up and tries to defend himself, the police see that and think he's the aggressor, and they are way more physical with him than the people that actually beat him up. Great to be black.
Armed white people are shot.
Correct. That's correct. Yeah. So I don't know about white.
Why'd you have to turn it? Why'd you have to go there? But it's a black cop.
Yeah.
With a black guy.
Yeah. Problem.
Maybe it's a black cop with a white guy.
Could be.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
People go crazy and they put their hands on cops. And it happens.
To be fair, the hands on cops thing, to be fair, in general, I feel like I get a lot of anxiety when I watch clips of like police interaction, especially in the States. Maybe because you're the land of the free and the brave and shit. But you guys don't really like respect cops in general anyway, across the board, white or black. There's a lot of like, you know, chat. And I never understood that because those guys have guns. And they're also an organized gang themselves, right? They protect themselves. They can never do any wrong. Like, and some of them are short-tempered. Some of them should not be cops anyway because they're super unhinged. It really impresses me when I see people, white or black, regardless of the race, and they chat back to police officers in the States. Like, that takes guts. That's a really brave person to be like arguing and like standing their ground. Like being a little bit confrontation, like, whoa, bro, like this guy could literally shoot you, you know? Like you're giving like any excuse, he could fucking dump an entire fucking clip inside of you and you're really arguing. It's like, fucking hell, fair play. Impressive. Fair fucking play.
Actually, so much more than people realize. And I think when you do that,
I mean, my father-in-law was a cop, you know, 30 years.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at my face.
You know? Yeah.
What else you got?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with, dude, now that I'm like obsessed with these dash cam and body cam videos, cop videos, oh my God, the amount of people that rush cops and kill them is so insane. It's like, I'd rather
nuts.
As soon as they run, I would just shoot.
Well, because you gotta remember, cops are thinking worst case scenario. They want to go home to their families.
Yeah, but a lot of cops are like, they do this stun gun thing, which
exactly. Brendan's just a fucking idiot, isn't it? Brendan's just a fucking idiot. He really is an idiot. Like an idiot, like capital I. He's so dense, isn't it? He's so fucking dense. Like that's one of the really disappointing things about the George Floyd death. I thought the George Floyd death would be like a moment in. I think it happened briefly. Where I think that time where that white guy, remember the white guy that was protesting during the riots and the police officer pushed him, old white dude, and he fell down and banged his head on the ground and he was in a coma or something for a week or something, right? I remember there was a time where I think during when the George Floyd death happened, a lot of people in the States were rallying around the idea of police brutality. that affects everybody across the board. 'Cause obviously, it affects disproportionately, you know, poor people, black people, brown people. We get it, but I think across the board, there is need for police reform in terms of how they, you know, behave and act with the public in general, right? And just generally how they do their job. Some of them are just bad at their job. And I thought that clip of that police officer pushing that old white guy and the George Floyd death would have been the time to galvanize everybody. Like, oh my God, this is an issue that affects everybody. It's not just a race thing. Or the other clip I remember watching one time of that fucking police officer. Remember that one of that kid? I think he had like autism or something. Something happens where you see a body cam of a police officer in a building apartment. You know, in an apartment, in the building of an apartment, an apartment building, sorry. He's in the corridor and he's going to arrest somebody, but the person he's shouting at to leave to exit their house is having an anxiety attack or something like that. He tells them to get on the floor. They get on the floor, crawl towards me, loads of instructions, shouting and screaming, and I think the kid twitches or something, and then the guy unloads his entire gun, semi-automatic, in this kid, like just goes crazy. And obviously when they roll the kid over, he's got no weapon on him. He was just nervous, isn't it? I think he had some sort of mental health issue. I don't know what it was. I remember watching that thing and I was like, oh my God, and that was a white kid. I thought for that period in time that everyone in America was going to come together and realize that they need to tackle police brutality together. It's not about white and black, da-da-da-da. But it was so disappointing how quickly the George Floyd thing became a race thing, you know? How quickly it became a BLM, like maybe the BLM people kind of co-opted it and took it to another place. Maybe the people that were making excuses for George Floyd's behavior and that he was perfectly fine and painting him out to be the dad of the year. Maybe that was the issue, but I just wish people could have just seen what it was and been like, hey, no matter if that guy was high, no matter if he beat his kids or his wife, no matter what happened, no one deserves to die in that way, you know, with a fucking cop's knee on the back of your neck. As the fucking life leaves, we all saw the video, right? We see the life leaving his eyes. No one deserves to be like harangued and shouted at by a cop. And then like, even who's that black, remember the black kid that got shot by a cop in the back? Like all these things, the kid's running away with no weapon and the kid shoots him in the back. The white guy coming out of his apartment, makes a twitching move and he gets fucking dumped on. The white guy protesting during the George Floyd riot, standing his ground. The police officer pushes him and he bangs his head on the concrete and is in a coma for a week. Like what the fuck? And none of those cops got fucking suspended, nothing, not fired, zero. That's kind of bad, man. That's kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. It's almost like you're empowering and enabling their terrible behavior. Like, come on, man. But hey, what do I know?
It works, but it's like 60% or something like that.
Unless if they're on like PCP or meth,
but some people just like me,
big, they don't work.
Do you know in court when there is a shooting, the courts take into account how long the cop's been on the job because rookies.
Yeah, big up, Ranger.
Never forget, pizza man equals more dangerous profession.
Yeah. So true, so fucking true. And not even assuming who's that lady. R.I.P. to who's the black lady in America that also they went to her house, they got the wrong house, they burst through her door and then dumped him, they fucking killed her basically in her crib. Like, did that police officer get arrested or go to prison? Yeah, is that Breonna Taylor? Yeah, like, god damn it, man, god damn it. What happened to the cop that killed? Yeah, what happened to? I want to know what happened. What happened to the police officer that killed Breonna Taylor? What happened? Let's see. I have no idea what happened. What happened to that police officer? Today, Brett Hankton was found guilty. Okay, cool. He was found guilty. Okay, nice. By a jury of his peers to willfully depraving Breonna Taylor of her constitutional rights. His use of deadly force was unlawful and put in harm's way. So did he get sentenced? Is he in prison? He's found guilty. So has he been sentenced yet? Oh, wow. Very rare. Good to see. Brett Hackinson guilty in the death of Breonna Taylor. Nice. For once. R.I.P. Breonna Taylor. For once. Okay. Good to know. A former police officer to the state has been found guilty. Okay, cool. Big up Addy Z.
Officers are now walking Judge Dredd's. Say nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I shouldn't laugh, but that is true. Exactly. Oh my god. By the way, fucking great movie, man. Honestly, Such a fucking great movie. Brett Hackinson, 47, could face up to life in prison after being convicted. Could face. I don't know what his conviction is. Maybe they're still waiting to be convicted. But yeah, at least he did get fucking found guilty for once. Doesn't always happen, but for once. What happened to the police officer who pushed old man during, I don't know, what's his name again? George Floyd riots. What happened to that guy? Buffalo Police Union. The two, oh, so they were suspended without pay. Okay, cool. Okay, so there is some change happening. Okay, there is accountability. That one where the guy hit his head. Police officers get they got their jobs back. Oh, they got their jobs back. Of course they got their jobs back. Of course. Yeah, that was the video. That was the one. I think he was in a coma or something, right? They just pushed him on the ground like for no reason. Oh no, because he didn't move off of a public sidewalk. Police officers who pushed a 75-year-old man to the ground protest have got their jobs back. Mr. Gugiano spent a month in hospital with a brain injury after he was pushed backwards. A month in hospital. God almighty. A month in hospital. 1 month. Anyway, let's not get depressing. Let's go back to the fucking Tfatk. Let's not get depressive.
Tend to be, you know, they
quicker
make more
draw.
mistakes.
Yeah, because the pressure.
Veterans have been there for a long time, and they'll be like, you know, you'd rather have a veteran who's really had some gunfights under his belt.
But on the other side of that,
Big up Assad Aziz. If I was a cop, I would have speared AZ2. I don't care. Goldberg settings. Oh, big up Josie. Supreme Court says it's their job to return home safely for their families or protect the civil. Okay, cool. That's fair. Oh yeah.
I remember seeing this one recently. There's a cop that literally the guy's near a church and he's like, "Put your hands up," and then he does this, "Put your hands up," starts shooting him, and apparently that cop has killed shot 5 other people, killed 4 people before. Some of those cops are just like, you know,
maybe
some.
It depends
or he's a hero.
It depends on where he works.
Oh no, it depends what bet.
Oh, he's a hero. What? Hold on. The story Chin described was pretty grim, right? Oh, he's a hero. Why would he be a hero for shooting an unarmed man when he said he gets to put his hands down? Oh, I guess Brendan's just doing this like thin blue line thing, isn't it? That's like I don't know. I guess that's what he thinks being a Republican is. Being a Republican is like making an excuse for police officers who are trigger happy and they can do no wrong. And also being a racist, I guess. That's what being a Republican is to Brendan.
It's like, you know,
maybe
some.
Or he's a hero.
It depends on where he works.
Oh no, it depends what like if you
I can find the video if you want to see it.
It depends on where he works.
Did the guy have a gun on him?
Yeah.
So the call came in that I think from his sister said my brother has a gun, or he bought a gun yesterday.
There you go.
And
it could have been suicide by cop, which
hold on, here's another thing too. I should have had it. He goes, he wanted to kill cops or some shit like that.
Okay. Well, and so the cops know
hold
this
on,
chick,
damn it.
And the guy lowers his arm to reach for what they don't know.
Yeah, I'm shooting
whether
that
it's cell phone or a gun.
Yeah.
And I'm the cop, and I have 3 kids. I'm shooting
that guy.
your ass.
Me too. Yeah.
What should he do, Chin? Wait till the guy gets a hold of the gun.
Chin's obviously anti-blue, and I don't know what to say about this. No, I'm kidding. The man killed by police outside church.
No.
Yeah, there are a lot of.
This is a bad example, but
there are a lot of people that are looking to die.
Chin's
Unfortunately,
like they call the cops saying this guy wants to kill cops and he has a gun on him. He shot him. You believe that?
You know, it's a terrifying job.
As he reached for his gun, the guy gets shot.
Yeah, when you're a cop, it's a terrifying job. Think about that. You're running toward the violence.
Oh no, I'm with the cops 100%. Dude,
well, it doesn't sound like it, Chin.
No.
And in 20, not at all. And in 2025, this whole notion of defund the police and cops are the enemy. You know how fucking stupid you have to be. You know.
God Almighty. What year is it again? When's the last time you heard someone say defund the police? When's the last time you heard someone seriously say defund the police? What year are we in again?
Hard their job is.
Yeah.
And when your house gets broken into, who's the first fucking person you call? You want to defund them? You don't want to support them? And when shit hits the fan, then you're
we all
crying.
know how
You're
dumb
crying
that
they didn't
was.
answer the call
Yeah,
fast enough.
we know how dumb that was. What's this now?
No, I'm trying to find the video. Damn it. You know, I'm going to have to go through my
Chin's literally
library.
Googling. The cops that wrongfully shoot people.
What would you say? That sounded like Asian. Just keep talking, bro. I'm going to find
It's
this
a podcast,
thing.
no? Can you not
All
feel
right, what
the
else
dead
you
air?
got? Well, Chin tries to defend his.
Can we not feel the dead air, no?
Yeah, it came out. John Jones wants 6 months to prepare for Aspinall.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
What
so
do you
this
feel about that? What do you feel about that?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
You get ready for him, prepare for him.
Who would
and
you
that
put your
6
money
months
on?
would put, let's see, January, February, March, April, May, June. That puts us right at June, July, summer.
Where do you put your money?
I would not have bet against John, but I do think he should be an underdog in that fight.
Damn.
Aspinall's young in his prime.
So
John
big, too.
didn't look great, I don't think, against Stipe. Didn't look great against Cyril Gane.
Yeah.
We don't know. There's so many question marks on John, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. My money.
Yo, big up, wingers. What's that new defag? What do you mean new defag? As in Brendan's car channel. What do you mean by defag, brother? What do you mean by defag? The merch or the car channel videos? What do you mean? 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 Really? There's a new defag. Okay, cool. Let's check that out then. Is there a new really? Let's check that out. Drive fast or gas is a new video? No way. What is it saying? Drive fast or ride fast. Drive fast or gas. Let's see. Oh yeah, there is. Oh shit. Okay, here we go. Let's play this. Watch this then. Yeah. Actually, stream chat. I'll let you guys decide. 1 for Tfatk. We continue. 2 for the new Drive Fast or Gas video. 1 for Tfatk. 2 for defag. 1 for Tfatk. 2 for defag. Let me know. 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 Let me. Okay, wow. Niggas, I hate your Tfatk. I think all of that conspiracy talk killed everyone, innit? 2. Okay, 1 and 2. Big up Jordan Ray. Both. Okay, cool. Both them. 3, you know. Was Axe J. Yeah, exactly, Uche. They did not hear it. Chat did definitely not hear it before. Okay, cool. The chat decides. 2 it is. The first HUMVEE 6.0 POWERSTROKE swap. By the way, that's a really nice picture. It's a shame they couldn't get it to fit the whole thumbnail screen. That's a really good picture, though. Whoever took the thumbnail picture did a good job. That's a really good picture. Drive fast or gas. By the way, before we watch, subscribe to the channel, like the stream, join the Discord, become a member. We're trying to hit 1,000 members by the end of the year. Join, subscribe, like, all that good shit. Look at the first frame. Look at the first frame of this video. Look at the first frame. I'm just a simple working class mechanic man. White vest on. Fucking hell. Jumped up inside an engine. Oh, it's just so funny, man. Look at the LARP. Look at the LARP, man. Look at the cosplay. Mechanic cosplay, huh? Muscles showing. White vest. Wife beater. I wonder if there's a can of beer on the side on the ground. A warm can of beer or energy drink or something. Nicotine pouches in the mouth. Country music blaring. Ay. So cringe.
Man, that thing's not moving. Second life for this bad boy. Rescue.
Honestly, what happened to stand up, man? This guy's like, he's like a child. All these different personalities. What happened to stand up? Like, what happened to being into sneakers? What happened to food trucks? What happened to fishing? No, what happened to having fish? What happened? What happened to Porsches? What happened to Ferraris? Oh.
Like, usually this takes about 20 minutes, but with you, it took us 3 hours.
Oh, he's finally got some stripes. He's finally got some stripes. He's finally got some stripes. A little bit of oil, a little bit of grime, a little bit of dirt on the fucking shirt. Real mechanic shit. Real mechanic shit. No play. Real mechanic shit for once. For once. For fucking once, eh? Ay, this guy.
All right, guys, we're here in Downey, California.
No music, no nothing. He's got the little trendy head. He's got a little trendy headphone. They got the trendy microphone going on there. Got all the drive fast, all gas merch on. King Shots merch. Oh, it's gonna be a funny watch.
Yeah, because my favorite vehicle right now, and my kiddo's favorite vehicle, the Hummer Slantback, it broke down.
My favorite vehicle. Interesting use of word there. He's trying to appear like he's more knowledge. He's more he's got more knowledge, right? Balls deep in cars. Vehicle. The shop, not the garage, the shop.
We blew the motor. It's just a matter of time that is going to happen. Do we just fix that old school 6.2 motor that came in that Hummer? No, it's slow. It's not fun. It barely goes on the highway.
Yeah, yo, big up RB Sanchez.
I think he stopped stand-up due to no ghostwriters to write for him.
100%. Yeah. I think Ghost is a combination as he would say. I think he stopped stand-up because of the no ghostwriters, and also he couldn't sell tickets. That's my personal opinion. I think he couldn't sell tickets. He didn't like that. He didn't like having to perform in front of 10 people in a coffee shop somewhere, or flying to another state and performing for 10 people. And obviously, no one to write for him. And maybe as well, I wonder if another part of why he stopped is because he couldn't afford to pay everyone to go on road with him. Maybe he definitely liked the social part of it. You know? The hang. And he couldn't afford to pay to have openers all the time. So he just had the openers that gave him at the club, but that's not as fun. I wonder if that's one of the reasons why. But it could be a whole combination, or just he got bored and he went to do something else. Who knows?
Over 60, it was kind of a nightmare. So my boy Bruno here at Sig Motorsports, like, dude, how about we do an engine swap, toss in a badass POWERSTROKE? Most guys are doing Duramax, doing Cummins swaps, not us. We're here to do something different. It's gonna be a fully built 6.0, seems to be badass. It's gonna have a ton of horsepower, ton of torque, which these Hummers need. So we have a donor vehicle in there. We're pulling that 6.0 out today, and I'm here to get my hands dirty. Your boys are gonna be super involved in this project. Usually I just hand it off to somebody, not anymore. Your boy's here to get dirty.
You should have done that from the beginning. You should have done it from the very start, and you might have given your channel a chance of actually working out. Like, just having you buy a car and give it to the shop and just sit there on your phone while someone fixes it it's not compelling viewing. Maybe if you would have started off this particular channel with him trying to learn how to build an engine, it would have worked out better. Because how Aziz.
Always been a dream to be on SNL, especially as a kid forging carbon fiber. Between his comic book and lawn mowing business, was working hard for his NFL dream to set himself up for his UFC champ dream, all to buy his dream Hummer.
Exactly. Always. This is always the end goal. This is always the end goal. Always the end goal. But yeah, he should have started being on his back, fixing stuff, and it would have probably worked out better. But this is, it's a little bit too late.
Hope we don't mess things up, and hopefully I don't get in the way, but it's going to be great. So let's go pull the motor today, strip it down, and go from there. Let's get.
Imagine any person that thinks it's a waste of time and money. Maybe I don't know much about cars, but surely if you buy a Hummer, like an old army, version of the Hummer, surely part of the charm of driving that car is that it has a shitty engine, or an engine that's built for that purpose of what it's used for. Whether it's driving in the desert, it's driving long distance, there's a reason why it has that particular engine, or because it's an old car. What's the point of buying an old car like that, spending all the money to engine swap? Because likely the engine swap's going to be probably more, swapping the engine of a car like that, I'd imagine, or any car, is probably going to be near the value of the actual car itself. So you're just dumping a bunch of money in an old car to make it drive like a new car. Why not just drive it like an old car? Part of the charm is that it's got a sticky gearbox. It doesn't have any power steering. It doesn't have windows. It doesn't have a radio. That's part of the charm. You don't want to install like a TV in there, or a touchscreen or like, you know what I mean, entertainment. They just like, you kind of want to use it the way it's been made and kind of enjoy the fact that you can jump in this car and kind of disconnect and maybe have to like, you know, steer differently, maybe, you know, change gears differently. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I'm talking shit. I don't drive, so maybe I'm wrong.
To work. Oh, here's my baby.
Cringe.
My kids miss it most of all. I mean, I miss it. This thing looks fucking badass.
Yeah.
So this is a nice.
It's definitely the best car he's got though in his collection. Of all the cars he's bought in recent years, apart from obviously the Porsche GTR from back in the day, this is definitely the best one he's got. After all the Lightnings and all that sort of nonsense and the F-150s, maybe that TRX, the first one he had, that beige, that desert sand one. But this is definitely one of the best cars he's had. And it's however old it is, you know what I mean? And it also isn't because it's not good because of what he done. I think it's good even as a base model. Even with just no edits, no nothing, none of his little fucking customizations, it's just a really nice car. I personally think so. I quite like that Hummer. I actually prefer this Army Hummer to like the ones that people drive on the road. It actually looks way cooler.
91 Humvee. This is not a civilian H1. This is a military Humvee. And it doesn't even have the 6.5 in it. It doesn't have the 6.5 turbo. It has the 6.2 diesel. When I say slow, this thing is the slowest vehicle you've ever driven. They're not made for speed. There's no aerodynamics.
You can't really say that when you got a Lightning, innit? That Lightning wasn't that fast either, innit?
Here, it's awful gas mileage. Whatever. Kids.
Yeah, exactly. Apex Park. So yeah, exactly. The beige with the gold. Yeah, exactly. That first TRX was nice, man. The one he fucking flipped. The one he fucking totaled. That TRX was really nice. That was a really nice car.
Love it. Yeah, drive slow, all diesel here.
TM.
Oh,
Put that shit on it.
They're editing now, huh? They're editing now. Interesting. He's paying for a new editor. Maybe there's a new creative director. There's a new production team around Drive Fast or Gas. I wonder how much, like, forget the money he spent on the cars. How much money do you think he spends to make these videos? To make the merch, probably paying a design studio to put the merch together, to design the store, to host it. How much money he pays for producers, videographers, cameramen, editors. He doesn't do nothing himself.
A t-shirt.
Show the t-shirt.
Gotta leave the military vibe. There's nothing worse when people get Humvees or H1s and then make it like a rap video. They put 22s on it.
How does he find a way to insult black people again? Like, how does he find a way to do that? Show me a black person that's taken a military Humvee and turned it into a fucking, you know, a niggified car. Does that even exist? Maybe regular Hummers, yeah. But you don't really see a lot of black people driving military grade Humvees, isn't it? Really. But let's find a way to fucking, you know, let's find a way for some casual racism. Nice.
Took a shot of success. So I still want it military, so it's a fine line. That's what we're dealing with. No windows, bulletproof doors, bulletproof windshield. PRP is gonna do the seats. This is the baseball dad wagon. Yeah, I definitely miss it though. How badass looking is that thing?
Baseball dad wagon. Way to like make it all about yourself, innit? Pulling up to your kid's baseball game in this every fucking day or every weekend is fucking hilarious, man. But I guess the kids probably like just sitting in there because it's so fucking crazy. But I find it hilarious. I do find it fucking hilarious.
A lot of power strokes in here. There he is.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good to see you, man.
You too, brother.
This is the only actual brand man he's a fan of. Big up, Bruno. He's actually got a friend.
The donor here.
Let's get you in there. Yeah, we got a nice 6.0 POWERSTROKE. We're gonna get this thing out of here. We'll tear it down, get it all cleaned up, get it rebuilt for you.
I mean, it looks like it's been through some shit.
To say the least, yeah. To say the least. So yeah, we got about 180,000.
How do you know it has some miles on it? How can you tell from just looking at it? Are you just saying that because of the fucking cars all open? How does he know it's got some miles on it? How does he know that it's been through some shit? Mechanic Brendan is fucking hilarious, man.
1,000 miles on this one. It was a good running donor. It's put in its work.
Here's the thing though. No, you guys like 180,000 miles. No, we're not just pulling this motor and tossing it into the H1. We're gonna fully rebuild this thing, clean it up. This thing gonna be badass. By the time it gets in that H1, it's gonna be a new motor. So the miles really don't matter.
No, not at all. So yeah, we're gonna pull it. We're gonna put O-ring heads in it. Make sure we don't have any of those famous 6.0 head gasket issues.
A lot of issues with 6.0s.
Tons.
You'll see like
Tons.
people like 6.0. When I tell my buddies in the space, like 6.0, like Mike at 805 diesel, no limit. Shout out to Mike.
My buddies in the space. You mean the people you pay to fix your car? My buddies in the space. Buddies, my ass.
They're hated.
6.0s,
Yeah.
and I'm like, no, we're not just taking a normal 6.0. Like all the issues, the EGR, the turbos that they had.
Correct.
Like there was a lot of the coolant system.
Correct.
We're fixing all that.
Yeah, we're going through everything. We're pulling it out. O-ring heads, bigger cam, ARP head studs, ARP rod bolts.
Fully built.
It's getting done. It's getting done.
Things gonna be
all the way from
bulletproof.
the bottom up.
And when you do that, the 6.0s are badass.
Oh, they're the
It's
best.
a badass motor.
Yeah, big up Mr. Bob on 6.0. On the dead homies. Exactly, on the dead homies. 6.0 Cree.
They're the best. When you know about the 6.0, these things, you love them. You can't help but love them.
Some people are gonna be upset. You're tossing a Ford motor and a Hummer. Yeah, that's what we're doing. All you other guys do Duramax and Cummins. I get that, and I love those. But this is gonna be something different. It's a badass motor. I'm excited to get my hands dirty, start breaking these things down. So let's get to work, brother.
Let's do it.
All right, brother. So plan is just to hook those chains.
I think from what I'm led to understand, I think this place called Sig Motors, I think Brennan's involved in it somehow. I think he's maybe purchased a portion of the garage or he invested in some money into it. But I think he's involved in this Sig Motor garage, this shop. I think so. In some fashion. I'm not sure where, how, but I think he's got some involvement in it.
Hangs up to this.
Yep. We're going to hook it, and then we'll jack it up, and it'll start to free itself up, and we'll just be able to pull it right out. Yeah.
I wonder if he wore that white shirt on purpose so it'd get stained. So he looked like he was working in a garage. I wonder if he wore that white tank top, that wife beater, on purpose so he knew it was going to get stained. So you could take a selfie, you know? Because I remember I think there's a selfie from this. They uploaded ages ago. I think there's a selfie of him with a stained tank top on. I think this was taken from that video. So I wonder if he wore that on purpose knowing he was going to get stained.
Gotta get that.
I'm working hard. I'm a mechanic. Look at my shirt.
Yeah, that thing's not moving. No, you're good. It's clear. We did it. Look at that.
It's free. That's it.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
We're going to mount it to the stand
What?
next.
What's that editing
we can
about?
build off the top first or tear down off the top first, and then we can
flip
also
it?
rotate it over.
I feel like I'm doing like an internship and I'm with DeVry College. Fucking, you know what I'm saying?
What?
It's like Make-A-Wish Diesel Edition.
Yeah.
Second life for this bad boy. I thought he was going to the junkyard. Nope. Rescued. We rescued him, dude. Rescued him, and he got a great home.
Commercial for rescuing.
Jesus Christ, man. This editing, what is going on right now, man?
Hi, I'm Brendan Schaub. Will you be an angel?
Ha, comedy, get it? Comedy. What the fuck is going on right now?
For a helpless engine? Every day, innocent engines are being abused, beaten, neglected, left in junkyards.
Brendan has more empathy for busted engines than black people and victims of police brutality. Interesting.
To die. Please visit the website on your screen right now and join Drive Fast All Gas with a monthly gift or a purchase of a t-shirt. For just $18 a month or 60 cents a day, you could save a diesel engine, just like the one you see here. It's okay, don't cry. Don't cry. With each purchase, you'll help rescue an engine from their abusers. You provide medical care, fuel, shelter, most importantly, love. Right now, there's a diesel engine who needs you. Your purchase says, I'm here to help. Please buy a t-shirt right now and save an engine in need.
This went on too long, man. It should have been 30 seconds. Maybe 30 seconds you could have got a chuckle. This went on for way too long. Like, what? Huh?
So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna pull off the cylinder heads. So we'll get take this valve cover off, then we'll get to all the rockers and everything. We can start pulling the rockers off. Once we get all those rockers off, start pulling the head bolts, and we can yank the heads off after that.
Why don't mechanics wear white ever? This is why. Boom.
We know why you wore white. Don't lie. We know why you wore white. We know why you wore white.
This is your head gasket. This is what the 6.0 is known for blowing.
Yeah.
So, and then you're gonna get a, what's called an O-ring head. So on an O-ring head, you see where the lighter, like the discolored part is? That doesn't have any gunk on it?
Yep.
So there's a little stainless steel wire that gets machined in here, or that gets, there's a groove that gets machined and a piece of.
That's going in one ear out the other. He's not retaining any of that information. He's not going to retain any of that information. That's going in one ear out the other. He's trying so hard to concentrate. That information ain't staying in that head.
The wire gets like tapped in there. It protrudes a little bit and it pushes on this. So it seals it.
Even tighter?
Tighter, yeah.
So you can't get all that gunk in there? Because
So
that's when you're blowing shit.
When you blow shit is the pressure that's inside the cylinder head. It starts to bypass these layers in the gasket. And then that'll start to go into like the coolant jackets and stuff like that. So it just keeps it, all the combustion gas in there nice and
right
tight.
Here where it should be.
So what you look for when you're checking the cylinder walls, you're looking for grooves. So if there's anything like bigger than what's gonna like catch on a fingernail,
that's a problem.
then you want to like machine it.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and crank that handle, bro. All right, let it chill there for a sec so it drains a little bit.
All right, now it's time to take everything apart. We'll start by unscrewing everything underneath the engine, including the pilot bushing, which is the part that connects the engine to the transmission. After that, we'll get rid of the oil pan and continue unscrewing everything to expose the inside of the engine. After that, we remove the rods and then the cylinder head. Next up, we'll unbolt and remove all the piston rod caps. Then, we'll carefully hammer out the pistons, being mindful not to scratch the inside of the engine. Once we get those out, we'll carefully remove the crankshaft and keep it nearby since we'll clean it and reuse it on the new rebuilt engine. Last thing to take out is the camshaft.
Like I said, this content would have been far better in the first. I don't know, like, maybe he lost his way. Like, it took him so long to finally get to a bit where, like, if you're gonna do a car channel, like, because so many out there, there's so many of these fucking channels. It's probably one of the most kind of crowded areas of YouTube, right? The whole car thing, mechanic thing, whatever. You gotta have something compelling people can watch. Maybe people don't mind saying an engine being, even if he's not doing that much really, he's just being told what to do. But still, seeing someone strip an engine, seeing it being put back together again, seeing stuff being added to it, whatever it may be, that's going to add a little bit to it. As opposed to him just leaving the car in the garage. Yo, big up, oh, Mr. O.
The guy is annoyed that B is there. These guys like to work and not babysit.
I don't know about that. I'm not sure if that's true. Like I said, I think they're business partners, to be fair. I think Brendan's invested in this garage. I don't think the guy is that annoyed. I don't think this is just like a random garage he went to go drop the car off. I think this is technically his garage too. I think so. I'm not too sure. Bill A. Martinez, what are you saying there? What? Read comments. Notice the real mechanics wore black Oh yeah, I used to work in a truck shop. He's going to retain the old ring head so he can drop it on Callan next pod when talking about what he did. Yeah. Of course. What's the other thing he said? The remember what's the thing he was saying a lot? He was over saying, was it like pistons or cam heads or something? I forgot there was one thing he was like saying a lot because I guess it was something he learned recently. But yeah, I don't think this is like a shop thing. I think he owns a share of Sig Motors. I think so. I think we might saw it during one stream. We was on Instagram. I think he's got some investment, some involvement in one of these garages.
You see where the how these lobes will get stuck in there. So you just kind of want to support it, and then this is literally they're just minute, just up and down.
Big up Young Vibe. That's a good point, actually. Big up Young Vibe. That's a very good point. That's a very, very good point. I don't think this is he's an investor. He's just claiming he owns things. Yeah, that's true. He is a well-known pathological liar, so maybe he doesn't own it. You're right. Big up Timo Kazi. Yeah, this is honestly the best content Brendan can possibly make, and it still looks lesser than most. Exactly. This is the best he could do, and it's still not that good. You know, there's loads of car channels that do far better work. There's a guy, I forgot who his name is, English dude, who does he buys totaled supercars and luxury cars, and he redoes them and tries to basically make them roadworthy again. I think he bought like Marcus Rashford's Bentley or something. He'll buy like, I don't know, Lamborghinis that are involved in crashes and then try and rebuild them. And it's just him with a camera. He just puts on a tripod and just tries to like, you know, it's a little bit, you know, he's a little bit hype and frantic, but it's pretty good watch. There's loads of people like that. It's just one guy in the garage by himself, puts a camera on a tripod and just starts going to work. Yeah, this content isn't the greatest, but for Brendan, it's fucking A star. Big up Tim Okazi. I work in marketing.
Thank God that one's going in the trash.
Because you can't scratch it.
You gotta like just. I mean, sure, it's fine. I don't think anything happened. What you want to watch out for is the bearings.
Like messing
inside.
these up?
Yeah, because you can start knocking them out of like position and shit.
Yeah.
Every time you're coming out. But yeah, bro, I'm just fucking with you. So we are going to reuse the crankshaft. This bed plate gets reused. The rod on the piston is gonna get reused. Pistons will get replaced. New bearings. We'll reutilize all the same covers. Everything else.
So again, it looks like this guy's doing everything and Brendan's just assisting. He's still not that involved. He doesn't really know much what's going on in it. Love it.
Pretty much getting replaced. New cylinder heads. Updated.
There he is. There he is. With his dirty shirt. There he is, mechanic boy.
Injectors. So other than that, everything.
My boys at
Blessed Performance.
Blessed Performance.
This just stays, and then all the parts.
Build everything out of this.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, brother.
Of course, bro.
I know I'm an idiot, but.
Oh, he's gone.
Good, bro.
He's gone.
Like usually this takes about 20 minutes, but with you it took us 3 hours.
We got hours and hours of cleaning.
Is that true? That's brutal, boy. It takes him 20 minutes to do it by himself, and with Brendan it took 3 hours. I guess all the stopping to get a different camera angles, isn't it? Even if he is involved, even if he's an investor, that's got to be tiring, man. That's got to be exhausting to babysit like a grown up like that. 3 hours compared to 20 minutes. God damn.
Lock, make sure that everything's okay, and we can go through reassembly after that.
The next day.
So today we're getting ready to pull the cab on this thing. That's gonna give us access.
Where's Brendan? He just did one. He did one thing for the video. You came in one day to help with the engine, but he's not there again the second day, eh? Where is he? Of course he's not there.
To get the old motor out of there, we'll get the new motor sat in, we'll get the new trans kind of mocked up. In order to achieve all of that, body's got to come up, and we got to get everything torn out. Pull the motor out, pull the trans out, pull the whole cooling package out, just make some space, baby.
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty cool, isn't it? I'm not gonna lie. Having your own garage to do this sort of stuff in is fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie. That looks really fucking cool. I could sit in there watching them just working on stuff all fucking day. That is so cool. Background music is super loud, isn't it? God damn it, bro.
All right, guys, so we're wrapped up for today. We are on a standstill.
Brendan making the guy that works in the garage do all the work for him and also do the narrating and being the presenter host person. God almighty, bro. God almighty. Brendan couldn't even do like the narrating after the fact, right? He's made the guy do all this stuff. Fuck, you know, he babysat him the day before or babysat him the day before, and next day he's acting like a content creator. Great.
Until we get the motor built. After we get the motor built, we will throw in the 6.0 power stroke into this guy with the new trans with the torque shift. So we're at a standstill right now. We're gonna get this thing all cleaned up. We'll get it painted so it's looking nice when we're ready to go back together.
A few weeks later.
All right, guys, what's up? Today we're building
close.
the short block.
Jesus Christ, that's close, isn't it? Jesus Christ, it's a bit too close there.
All right, guys, what's
why is he staring like that? That is way too close, and why is he staring like that? God almighty. That is so close. Hey, back up from the camera, man. Back up from the blood clot camera.
What's up? Today we're building the short block. My boy Matt from Blessed Performance sent everything we need, the entire kit, to knock this out. So we got some goodies. We've been waiting a while for this. This should be pretty badass. Let me show you what we got for you guys today.
White shirt the other day.
So
overalls.
Piston, look at those gems. Look at them gems. We got everything. POWERSTROKE products, HP.
So these pistons have valve reliefs in them. So because we went with the stage 2 cam from POWERSTROKE products, this will accommodate for that extra valve lift that we're gonna get. In a diesel engine application, let's say this is the edge of our block. As this piston comes up, it's actually gonna protrude the block. It's gonna come up out of the block. So when this comes up, and you have those valves opening, these little pockets that you see right in there allow the valve to come down further and not make contact with the piston. The yellow or the gold coating that you see, it's a ceramic coating.
He's got his little onesie, he's got his little overalls on. So the other day it was a white tank top so he could get it stained, take a picture of himself in the mirror to look like a mechanic. And then the next day he comes back in a set of overalls to look like a mechanic. He spends way more time worrying about what he's wearing than actually learning what to do or getting his knowledge up, you know? Love it.
Coating. The ceramic coating is important with these things to help dissipate heat. So it allows the piston to dissipate that heat that you get from the tuning. So you're not gonna melt the piston or burn a hole in it. You're not gonna crack anything. Gives you that sturdy, clean, just surface for everything to dissipate and not build any heat spots.
So come on back, fun. So that's the plan today. There we go, building a short block on this badass Humvee. So now we are putting this badass camshaft in. Again, all sent from Blessed Performance. So see how it goes. Wish me luck. Hopefully I don't fuck up this cam.
Okay. Nice and slow. Okay. It's about to drop off. Do a little.
Yo, big up Humdrum. Thank you for becoming a member, my guy. Thank you for becoming a member. Big up Humdrum. Big up Humdrum.
Twist as you're doing it with your right hand. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Damn, baby. What's up? First camshaft.
Good job, man.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, big up Humdrum. What was that? when he talks about cars, he never talks about the details. He just reads off names of part manufacturers. Yeah, I don't really notice a thing because I'm not really that balls deep. I'm not really that knowledgeable about cars and mechanical stuff myself. But I think if you are and you're familiar with, you know your way around an engine or a car or two, it's probably so obvious. You can probably tell straight away when he starts talking, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I bet you, if you know what you're talking about, if you know your shit, you can probably tell that he's just faking the funk and LARPing as soon as he opens his mouth.
The donor truck right there served its purpose, but today we're gonna pull the trans out of that to get it ready for the H1s.
Trans.
So now that the
So now trans are good. Now trans are good.
short block is done right over here. The trans next.
Yo, why is he so incapable of recording himself in selfie? Is he that much like, he's not even that old. He's like 42. Why is he struggling so hard to record himself? Just record yourself in a selfie and then just flip the camera so you can see what you're doing over there. He's trying to record what he's seeing like with the front facing camera. Just flip it. Not that difficult. He's really struggling. Like, even how he's looking, it's like, he's all over the gaff.
So that's what we're doing today. We're almost there. All right, down and dirty here. With
Oh,
the
this is where that bitch, okay.
Got it down. All right, let's drag this bad boy out.
I remember this famous clip on the Reddit. I remember this famous clip.
Get it done. All right, trans is out.
Big up Assad disease. We mixed the Kibertech with the diesel engine. It's all going to a transmission all the while wearing my Balenciaga jumpsuit. Dry fossil gas. Magic mind. O'Reilly.
Oh, now Bruno and I are gonna break it all down and get ready to rebuild this bad boy to handle all the power going to this H1. Let's get it done.
Not gonna lie, being it's one thing if the mechanic you're working with is also a mechanic and is doing content, but trying to, like, I don't know, mentor somebody who's learning on the job, but then is also creating content at the same time, that just longs out the day, innit? It makes everything doubly hard, right? It just longs out the fucking day. It must be so exhausting having to stop and start because he's got to record something. It's better when you know what you're doing because you then just, you just keep up the pace. But Brennan's out here fucking, Wait. 1 second. I need to record this. I record it for the vlog. Did he change his outfit? He put on another t-shirt? Or it's another day? So he took off his overalls and put a t-shirt and jeans on. He's bringing a change of outfits to the garage. Love it.
Train's broken down. Hello.
Hello! I'm an idiot!
Today the journey continues. We're gonna rebuild the trans and make it bigger, badder, faster than ever.
Yeah, hey Martinez, my mechanic would not want me in there, and we're friends for a long time. Yeah, cool. So I guess that's a common thing. Mechanics just want to have their space to do their thing. They don't want randoms in there, kind of, dragging shit, wasting time. I get it.
And we brought the best of the best. My boy Nelson from Blue Oval Solutions here. He is known to build the best trans in the business. Let's get to it.
Brendan's gonna make the guy with the one arm do all the work. Great. Brendan's gonna make the guy with one arm do all the work.
What's up guys, Bruno, Sig Motorsports. We got the 6.0 Power Stroke all buttoned up. Thanks Blessed Performance for all of the parts to get this thing handled. Transmission got done with Brendan and Blue Oval Solutions. We got that ready to go. We're gonna get this thing thrown in the chassis today, get it all buttoned up as far as where it's gonna live, and start on a King shock install. Check you guys out soon. All right, we got the motor thrown in. It's all bolted up, everything lined up perfect. We're gonna get the shocks installed. Shout out to King for supplying us the shocks. After that, we'll drop the body onto the frame and make sure it all lines up, install a new dash, and then finally the new seats from PRP. They look awesome.
Whew. Getting there. Dude, I'm just excited to see it come together. It's been months of just constant sleeving and late nights. I'm surprised I don't have black under my eyeballs.
Months. Imagine how much it costs to do this whole thing. Like, God almighty, bro. He must have spent at least 100 grand in it. At least 100 grand. The mechanic's time is not cheap. Mechanic's time is not cheap, bro. Fucking hell, months. Whew.
Gives me goosebumps, bro, to just see the progress. We have plumbing and electrical to do.
Oh yeah, true, exactly. Big up Humjob, that's true. Yeah, he went from bald to having a full head of hair. God almighty. Either he's stretching out the job to get more money out of Brendan, fleece him more, which I definitely encourage, or it generally took a long time.
Exciting to just see the progress come together.
All right, we're on the home stretch here. Your boy's been busy. I've been all over, but the boys here have been at the shop working hard for the deadline, and a lot has happened since I've been in and out. We got a lot going on. Bruno's done all the wiring. I won't touch the wiring. That's Bruno all day. That's a whole nother level.
Just playing with spaghetti all day.
Our boy Robbie's been fabricating the pre-runner front and rear bumpers. We got the 6-inch lift going on, really 5.5, yeah? 5.5. The exhaust is done. We got side exhaust. That's kind of mine and Bruno's thing. So you got the side exit exhaust there.
Mine and Bruno's thing. I love when he starts talking cars. I love it. Mine and Bruno's thing. All right, mate.
Intercooler plumbing's done.
Yep. The coolant stack right
coolant
there.
Stack's done.
Shout out to our boy DBM over there. The coolant stack. Robbie mounted the seats, the PRP custom seats, the fuel cell. We got a 55-gallon fuel cell in the back there. The King shocks, which those were
a little difficult.
Those were tough.
A little difficult. Generally, these guys don't have fin reservoirs. Because these are finned, they don't really fit through the factory coil mount. So.
Below the streets, has Baba even taken Slow Joe and Chombies on for a family vacation? The answer is no. The last time they went on vacation, they went to Mexico, didn't they, as a family? Remember that time where Brendan didn't even bother to pack like he didn't even bother to pack like a swimsuit or anything. He went in the pool in his boxers. I think he took a picture of himself. I think that's the last time they went on any type of family vacation. He definitely tries to spend as little time as possible with his family. Wherever Slow Joe is, he definitely isn't. Wherever she is with the kids, he's nowhere to be found. It seems like anyway. So yeah, no family vacation for him in a long time.
We had to open that up a little bit, and it was fun. It was a lot of disassembly that didn't need to happen.
It looks so badass though. All right, so to get us to the end with this finished project, because we've been working on a hot second, dog, waiting on parts. Little stuff comes out. Shout out to Holly. Any little thing we needed, they would send it to us ASAP. They've been the best.
So we have
to. we. I love how he's acting like he was involved in. He did two things. Hardly, honestly. The laugh is massively strong. He's legitimately acting as if he was there like every day in the garage. Like, all right, mate.
To finish mounting the coolant stack, everything's already plumbed in, so it's just final assembly on that. Mounting the oil filter housing, that's going to get mounted in. We're going to throw that in the back. We have some finish welding on the exhaust. So the exhaust is going to be coming under. We have a side exit exhaust for it right up here. So when the body comes back down, this is all going to tuck up in here really nice. Nice little fish or teardrop exhaust hit.
You got the fast fuel system.
Fast fuel's got to go back in, so we already had it mounted, but we pulled it off so we can add an extra bracket and paint. And then we just got to finish weld the bumper in the back. All the back sides of the tubes. It's easier when you have the cab up to access all of that. Fuel cell's all done in there as well and plumbed in.
So we should be done about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes.
So she's ready to rock.
Fuel cell, 55 gallon. We'll need it though.
Stop rolling around the floor, Doc.
Let's work on the excursion, babe. Nice, man. That'll last about 10 minutes.
So loud.
What's up, guys? We're back. We're finishing up all of the final steps now. We got the majority of all the plumbing done. Brakes are done. Dash is done. We got to just do a bunch of electrical, cleaning up all of the miscellaneous wiring, mounting fuse boxes, mounting the PCM. Everything else is ready to go. We're ready to crank this thing. We're ready to fire up. Engine's already cranking, so we're ready to rock, guys.
Let's start up for the first time. Anxiety.
All these fancy clothes, isn't it? He's always got these and more trucks, Ford trucks, hat, King Shocks jacket. He's got all this fancy merch in it. Mechanics, I don't think mechanics care about fashion this much. I'm not gonna lie. Mechanics, I don't think care about this much about fashion.
ID 1000.
All right, you ready?
I think so. I'm nervous. Are you nervous?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. It just goes. Poof.
Everything's on. Yeah, we're good. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it, Doc.
Something's dragging. Huh? Let's give it a little.
Yeah, it's close.
There's just a lot of air in the system, bro. Yeah, and it's
You just gotta get going.
We have everything we need to fire. It's just not starting yet.
Unfortunately, after hours of the engine wouldn't start.
It's a lie!
Does look mad. I can't imagine the amount of money he spent on it. It does look nice, don't get me wrong, but the amount of money spent on it, oof. God almighty.
All right, man, we made it out the other side.
Fine.
Made it out the fine.
Of course, he's got the overalls on again. Of course, he's got a fresh. How many overalls do you have? How many overalls do you think he has in his wardrobe? How many dry fast or how many pairs of these how many sets actually of this overalls has he got somewhere? How many?
Finally.
And
we had 4 days of no start.
the deadline was to get the King of Hammers. We're going to debut at King of Hammers with King Shocks, and so we missed that. It wouldn't start. I know you weren't sleeping. I wasn't sleeping.
I was dealing with electrical. It was literally unwrapping, rewrapping, unwrapping.
I wasn't sleeping because of all the money I'm spending. You weren't sleeping because you were doing the actual work. And what's with all the logos? Is that just because he wants to get free stuff, or do people do this? Why would you put all these logos of all these brands on your own car that you drive? Or maybe it's a tax write-off, isn't it? It's part of the business. Maybe that's part of it, right? But it's weird. Why are you putting all these logos all over it? Strange.
All of the electrical harnesses looking for one little wire.
I thought it was something my dumbass did because you guys let me touch the motor and the trans, so I thought it was my fault.
I was at the point where I was ready to pull the trans and pull the cover just to check base timing again.
I figured we were never going to get it started, so I was super depressed. And then I get a text about 10 o'clock at night. You're like, call me, fool. And then it's him with the motor running.
Yeah, it was one wire. It's a power wire that was ran to ground, preventing the PCM from starting or giving a signal to the injectors. So got that literally one snip of a wire, cranked right up.
That boy's running now.
She's running, baby.
It's been a hell of a journey, brother. This is probably over 3 months.
Yeah. The majority of it crammed in the last month and a half.
Yep. About 3 months of work. Most people with builds, especially to this magnitude, you're looking at a year and a half. Yeah, it's been a beast, man.
Easily.
It's been a beast. Remember, this started out life as an 89 Humvee.
It's so tight as well. It's so tight. It's such a funny outfit, isn't it? It's such a funny, honestly, I need this screenshot. Look at him, man. Mechanic boy. What happens to all the jerseys? Where are all the jerseys gone, eh? Where are all the jerseys gone? Fucking hell. Like, what the fuck is that?
I blew a gasket. I blew a head on it. And it's beyond what I thought. I mean, the custom fabrication of the bumpers from Robbie, front, rear,
The
King
lift.
shocks, the lift.
So many partners.
The wheels are from Predator. Those are designed by moi. So if you have any complaints, I'm HR, send my way. So those are 20-inch, fully forged with the 40-inch Toyo tires. Shout out to Toyo. Interior PRP, side exit exhaust. The Plan B dash kit is a whole nother monster. The steering wheel's from original Alpha. That's an Alpha steering wheel. The coolant stack, my favorite part's the coolant stack, the engine.
Shout out DBM on that one.
There's a lot, man.
They
There's
killed
so
it.
much.
No Limit provided us with all the aluminum tubing for the engine.
The
for
9-blade
all the
turbo.
intercooler piping, 9-blade turbo. Their giant 5-inch intake. Blessed obviously hooked it up with all of the engine performance, and Blue Oval Solutions, again, thank you for the trans.
Holly.
So I'm guessing that's why they put the stickers on there, because I guess they got them for free. Hence why they're shouting them out. How many views has the video got? It's only uploaded 3 hours ago, 300 views. They probably got a lot more free stuff for the views that they're getting for the promotion. But I'm assuming that's probably why they got the stuff for free. Or they got all the logos all over it.
Sending
Holly
you just
literally
hit up
like
Holly every day for random
Holly
parts.
was just like the best.
Yep.
Hey, you need wire loom. You need anything, little thing you can think of under their branch of brands. Overnight, here the next day.
All right, man, only one thing left to do. We got a lot of today. We got Diesel World, Autotopia, a bunch of other stuff. Let's put this bad boy to use. We got Diesel World, Autotopia, a bunch of other stuff.
What the fuck is that picture? What the fuck is that pose? Honestly. I love how he's dressed like he fixed the car himself. Oh, honestly, it's so fucking funny.
Let's put this bad boy to use.
Is that for you?
Yes.
Let's go, baby.
Let's do it. Nothing like a 6.0, baby. Especially the Hummer.
That, and we hardly get any footage of him driving it. Most of the time is spent like looking at some other guy fixing his car, and it's like what 5 seconds of him driving the car. No insight into its drivability, how it handles, nothing. Okay, cool. Anyways, Great timing for me. I'm off skis. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Actually, let's do one more check quickly on Reddit before I leave you guys. Let's do what have I seen? Miss anything on the Reddit? Actually, what are they saying in the comments too? I forgot to check on the comments. What are they saying for that fucking video? What are they saying for that dry fossil gas video? What are they saying? What's the comment saying? This video hits harder than Roy Nelson, straight to the face, no head movement. Brilliant first one. Defag squad, defag nation. What are we doing here? I bet you give a lot of hummers, defag baby. Boring. What else you got, Chin? Such an amazing build, great job. Cool to see B getting his hands dirty, really doing his stuff. That commercial. Defag, the best brand for the marketing genius, be sure. As much as I like to roast Papa on this episode, it seems like it's a car truck show. I've watched real truck show episodes, far worse. Good dynamic. Oh, shut up. If I wanted to power stroke, I'd call my mum, dude. LMAO. I'd call your mum, lols. How much does this all cost? They should have mentioned that too. Hell yeah, been watching your last videos over and over again, waiting for who does that? What does it have? Why does it have Vermont plates? Water, sick. Oh, does that water, weed, doing here? Yeah. I love this meme. One of my favorite memes. I'm not gonna lie. Pick up the stream chat too. What are we doing here? Of course. Bring back Toontown. I don't want that. And cue all of the low life haters. I honestly feel like Bishop is building his dream. Power joke gay. So yeah, man, great. We got 5 minutes of him driving it. Not even 5 minutes, 5 seconds. And then we got all that time spent of some other guy fixing his car. Great, cool. Don't do it again. What else we got here? Anything else? No. I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah? Nothing else has happened. Homeless cats are spreading. What's this about? Okay, buddy, cinephile. Dude started crying over burn scene in front of great guy, never met him. Talking about Bradley Africa B. Who the hell is Bradley Africa? Who the hell is Bradley Africa? Great guy, never met him. Talking about Bradley Africa. Okay, cool. What else? Chin and Hot Chip are on the sub more. Okay, cool. That's it. Nothing new though. That's about it really. Anyways, bro friends, I'm Oski. Gonna head off to the gym now. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate all of you that joined in. Smash the like button, hit subscribe, join to be a member and all that good stuff. I'm gonna go push some weight to get the body nice and chiseled. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's been a pleasure. It's been a chore. It's not been a chore. It's been a pleasure. It's never a chore. Thank you for tuning in. Smash the like button down below. Give us a little like down below. Smash the like. Smash the like. I may actually come back later on tonight. Actually, if I feel up for it, I may actually come back later on tonight for a little part 2. But for now, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Smash the like. Hit subscribe. Become a member. Join the Discord. All of that good shit. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Peace.